Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. Hope you're all having a great morning so far. I know I've been doing all right. Farron, welcome aboard. I see that you're getting a little snack. Unacceptable. No, I'm kidding. Yes, of course, go right ahead. Here, let me turn the music down just a little bit. We've got a very exciting stream today, and we've got a very exciting month ahead of us. We are going to be traveling to all 50 states this month. And we're also not allowed to repeat the same aircraft. We've got a whole challenge that I've established for this month, and it all starts today with this live stream. So, what does that mean? Well, that means I have to be doing at least 2 flights a day. Yeah, that's going to be a lot. But I've got a whole bunch of rules and methods that I've established that we're going to talk about in cruise. I don't want to bore you guys with that just yet, but that's right. We are flying to all 50 states. And it starts within the next 28 days, and it starts today, right here, right now. Let's do this. As you can see, we are in a very unusual aircraft. We're going to be taking the Airbus A320neo. However, we're on US Airways, which never operated the Neo because they were dead before the Neo actually started flying. So, we had to use some creative liberty because I don't actually have an A320 that's a US Airways A320. That would just be a Neo. Okay, I can turn this music down just a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Yeah, we've taken some creative liberty because we're using the fly-by-wire. I don't really have an A320 regular default version, whatever the hell you want to call it. So, instead, we are going to go ahead and use, if I can get rid of the placeholder, this thing! Welcome, welcome, welcome. And actually, while we're at it, why don't we go ahead and make sure that this is turned pretty far down. I'll get the stream overlay up so I don't forget that like I did last time. And the main stream overlay as well should be up. There we go. Great. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to open this up. That's cool. Yep. Nope. We're in the Neo today. And like I said, we're going to be traveling all 50 states, and we got 1 month to do it. This will be pretty fun. All right. We're up. And without further ado, I've already dispatched the flight. We just need to get the airplane turned on. And I got to say, the Airbus, from my experience, is a pretty easy plane to start up, so we should be good to get out of here. We're going to take Albany to Charlotte, and part of the reason why I'm starting the challenge at Albany is because, well, for one, it's the nearest airport to me where I live in real life, so it feels right to start there. And secondly, when I got assigned American Airlines for this morning, I'll explain that when we're in cruise. I realized, wait, I could just take Albany to Charlotte because I'd been on that flight in real life. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and start to show you guys what our dispatch report looks like. It should be pretty darn easy today, if I just show you the monitor capture instead. Only an hour 42 minutes en route to Charlotte. We're going to continue to Myrtle Beach after this, so that'll get North Carolina and South Carolina knocked off the list today. Got 14,000 pounds of fuel aboard, and we haven't loaded the airplane yet. Here's our routing. So we're no departure out of Albany. We're just going to take radar vectors direct to Pauline. We'll be using Beyond ATC for our radar facility today. I remember last time we used it, it didn't go too well. I think it's going to be better this time. Brandon, welcome, welcome. We are just now starting the stream. Good to see you here. So you're taking out of Albany, plan on runway 1. We might get assigned 28. The winds are preferring 280 today. And we're going to take the Chesley 6 arrival in Charlotte, planning for 36 right. Fun fact, this flight in real life is canceled. Basically every flight out of Charlotte yesterday got canceled when I looked at the departure board. So that's not very healthy, but we're going to go anyways. I think there was a storm that moved through yesterday, and now it should be clear. It said skies clear when I checked the weather. 176 passengers aboard, 40.7 on the payload. We're cruising at flight level 380 here in the Neo, and 0.79 on the Mach. And really that should be it. We have some altitude restrictions in Chesley. We'll brief that once we're en route. And just to show you guys what the weather's looking like, we're looking at a, oh, come on, you. We're looking at, 3810 at 8 knots here out of Albany. Broken 3,000, minus 16, dew point minus 20. Very freaking cold. It was literally -1 this morning when I woke up. It is cold. And it's planned for winds to prefer out of 310 and then 320 gust in 20. So we might get assigned 28. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Let's pull up the latest NETAR and TAF for our route today. It's going to be Albany, Myrtle, or not Myrtle. That's our final destination today. Charlotte first. Still 310. Broke at 3,000. Temperature -2 and a dew point minus 2300 on that altimeter. All right. I'm going to go ahead and stop the music here and get, I guess I should probably start putting this back on MSFS and unmute the MSFS volume. And now the music's coming back up. Somebody sounds like they're departing now. I swear, it's every time in this game. Yep, there goes Delta. It's like the second I unmute it, I just get blasted with the live traffic. Oh, well, that wasn't too loud, to be fair. Oh, and then he just disappeared. Okay, well, that's great. Okay, I need to turn that music down a little bit more. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, that's your weather briefing. We're expecting a crosswind and an hour 42-minute flight at flight level 380. We're going to go ahead and hop in. A quick walk around. Yeah, you guys probably are wondering, what the heck are you looking at here? Well, it's an A320neo, but we're taking US Airways today to start off this challenge here. Close enough to American Airlines, which currently operates this route, right, guys? Now, did US Airways fly the Neo? No, obviously. They were dead by the time this started flying. I don't even think American operates the 320neo today. Anyways, I think it's the 321 they fly today. But here we go. We're going to take this for fun because I don't have the A320 regular version, whatever you call it, CEO, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to take this bad boy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We're going to go ahead right now and hop in the cockpit. So for the preparization items on this, preparization, getting close to 100 early, congrats. Hey, you know what? I don't want to get my hopes up, but no, I've noticed that. Dude, that video that I uploaded a couple weeks ago on the King Air started kind of out of nowhere doing well. I was a little bit taken aback by that. So, yeah, no, thank you, though, Brandon. Yeah, and thank you, by the way, for really being a big part of how this channel grew a bit, because I think if I was just live streaming to 0 viewers, I'd probably be like, meh, whatever. So, no, you and Farron really are kind of carrying this right now, so thank you, guys. All right, we're going to go ahead and make sure the throttles are set to idle so we don't get thrown into reverse here. I'm going to go up here and make sure all these systems are set off. And yeah, everything's turned off, the gear handle's down. Perfect. I believe I have external power, and the nice thing about the fly-by-wire is it loads your it loads your route, if you will, right here. So I don't have to tab in and out to look at SimBrief. I have my OFP right here. If I ever have any questions on it, I can load everything right here, and it should, I believe it should sync with SimBrief. Does it not? Yeah, no, that's synced with SimBrief. I thought we had more passengers aboard, but whatever. We're going to start the fueling now, actually. Yeah, only 5 minutes. So we'll start that now. And once we get the plane turned on and the APU on, because of how cold it is, then we're going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and start the boarding process. Because, yeah, -1 outside. I don't want to deal with that right now. All right. Services. Ground power is connected. Jet bridge is connected. You're back. Welcome back, Farron. We are just your perfect timing here because I'm just turning the plane on right now. Bats 1 and 2 are coming on. There we go. Good power there. We're going to turn the electrical power on. Now you can hear the airplane in all of its glory. And she wakes up. IRSs are going to be set to nav. Oh, nope, not ATT. Nav. There you go. That's better. I think that's what screwed up my last stream when the Southwest 73 had a bit of a seizure there taking off with the IRS unit. I think I had it set to ATT when I look back at the stream. All right, our nav and logos are coming on. Seatbelts, and instead of a no smoking, we just have no electronic devices. So both of them are going to stay off for now. We're going to put the emergency exit lights to armed. Put crew supply on as well. Test the fire alarms real quick. There we go, APU fire and engine 2 fire. They both look good to go. I'm going to go open up the master switch for the APU. And now I just have to wait a second for this to say door open. We'll go ahead and punch our routing. And yep, flap open. And we'll go ahead and start that now. Perfect. All right, let's go down here. Do I need to turn this music down a little bit more? I might. Hold on. I think that's as quiet as it's going to get, guys. Yeah, because it's either that or muted. I'm going to leave it at that for now, okay? All right, we'll go into the system here. And, yep, we've already got the flight plan loaded up here, so I have all the reference that I need. GPS primary lost, yeah, that's just because we're aligning the IRSs. Going to put in it. We're going from Albany, KALB, to KCLT, the Charlotte Douglas International. Return. Flight number is going to be Cactus. We'll do AWE 1050. So it's going to be US Airways Flight 1050. And then after we get landing Cactus, landing Charlotte, we're gonna switch over to American Airlines for that leg to Myrtle Beach. Our cost index today, and this is the nice thing, instead of having to tab out, I can just look right here, is 25. And our cruising flight level is 380. What's our cruising temperature at our top of climb today? Again, all right here. Top of climb, minus 54. Very freaking cold. 380 / minus 54. That's in, set, and good to go. Winds, and I think there's another thing I have to do. Yeah, I have to put the 0 fuel weight in. And if I just go to my my loading payload, oh, come on, you. Yeah, I guess we should start the boarding process. Why not start it now, guys? We've got the APU on. If I turn the APU bleed on, that'll start to get some heat going in here, right? Yep, there it goes. That's everything turned on there. External power off, so we're on the APU generator, and I can turn the external power off here too. If I go services, external power's off. There we go. Why don't you guys say we're good to? I think we're good to start the boarding process. So we're on real. So this is going to take an estimated 13 minutes. So we're going to begin boarding, and we should hear people start to get on board. Yeah, you'll hear some sniffles. That's very realistic, right, guys? I mean, it's the winter, so yeah. All right. 0 fuel weight is a 129.828. So let's see, 129.8, and the 0 fuel weight CG is a. It looks. Oh, this is what it is right now. It's 34. So /34. Yep, that works great. And our block fuel is a 14.0 today. Fun fact for the Neo, since you've got below 155 passengers, pack flow can go to low. No kidding. See, this is why I do this stuff. So pack flow to low. Oh, right here. Okay. Yeah, sure. We can do that. Dependent on the company standards. Yeah, I mean, actually, you know, I'm going to leave it at normal just for now. We'll probably set it to low when we get started up, just because of how cold it is outside. We want to get some hot air going through the cabin, because these guys are probably freezing their butts off right now. It's minus 14 Celsius right now, which is in the single digits. I was just outside in real life near Albany, and it's really cold. My hands were numb, even with gloves on. So yeah, we'll do that for now. All right, winds and temp. I'm just going to request winds for the route. There we go. Request. Next phase. Request. I think that's how you do it. You guys are going to have to bear with me a little bit. I'm not the most proficient at the Airbuses. Oh, we have boarding music on in the background on this. Hold on, I'm going to turn the jazz off for a second. If you listen carefully, they have a little bit of background music going. That's kind of cool. Cruise, descent, and then... Yeah, okay, we're good. Awesome. So we'll go over here now. Out of Albany. I'm going to punch the route in first, then we'll get our ATC clearance. Departing, I'm going to plan for runway 1 today. No departure. Insert. And now for the fun part, I have to go open this over here. I'd rather just get it all in one line. Pauline, then BizX. So Papa, Whiskey, Lima. I've flown to this VOR in real life, actually, when I was flying the... Yeah, it's the one that's 59 miles away. Back when I was flying the Warrior. That didn't have a GPS, so we had to use the VORs, the actual VOR receiver in the airplane. Then a BizX, Bravo, India, Zulu... Bravo, India, Zulu, Echo, Kilo, right? BizX? Oh, X-ray, sorry, not Kilo. And from BizX, we're going to go ahead and take the Quebec 75 to Golf Victor Echo. Quebec 75, Golf Victor Echo. And I'm going to hit insert. And then from there, we're going to be direct to Aero, which will be on the Chesley 6 arrival into runway 36 right at Charlotte. So arrival, we're going to plan the ILS for 36 right. No, hold on. ILS 36 right via the Chesley 6 arrival. HECAM transition for the approach and Aero for the arrival. Insert. I'm going to verify these points when we're en route, just to save some time on the ground and keep this flight going. Pauline, BizX, top of climb, Jersey, Sierra Bravo, Juliet, Biggie. Yeah, this all looks good to me. And they're still loading up the passengers right now. So if I hit, and is this, yeah, this is still gonna take 1 minute to align. Okay, not bad, not bad. We'll go into the perf now. And, oh, look, we got GPS primary. I believe I should be okay to, if I hit, let's see, 1, I've been using, okay, you guys are gonna have to pardon me here. I have been using flaps 1 and up 1.0 for all of my, for all of my takeoff configs in this airplane. For flex temp, I believe it's lower temperature gives you more power, I believe. We shouldn't need too much power. I'm going to make this up because I don't have any calculator on me right now. And actually, you know what? I think SimBrief might give me, if I go to the takeoff performance here, it might tell me what to do. Let's see, hold on. Yep, takeoff analysis. They say use flaps 2 and a flex of 60. Okay, we can use flex 60. Let's do that then. All right, 2/up 1.0. We'll try that, and flex of 60. We'll do that. Hopefully that'll work out for me. And oh, I need to grab my V speeds in here, don't I? If I go to takeoff performance, oh boy, do I really have to enter this manually? If I just hit fill data, oh, there we go. That's better. For runway 1. Config 2, thrust flex, anti-ice off, packs can stay on. Can I hit calculate here? Okay, 138, 141, and a 141. Let's do that. I might not comment that much because I have home. No, don't worry, dude. You can focus on your homework there. We're just in to hang out and to fly the airplane. Yeah, focus on your homework. That's a little bit more important than this right now. I had to run to work myself this morning just to punch in a bunch of numbers into a computer. Even though it's Sunday, but you know, of course that makes sense because I wasn't told I had to get this done until a lot earlier. All right, we're gonna. So now that we have our data here, we're gonna keep going, and then the approach data I'm gonna punch in later. All right, we'll go to flight plan. So it's 138. 141 and 141, both for VR and V2. Go to plan mode, pop constraints on. I'm going to verify that arrival is in later once we're actually en route. There we go. And now I just need to make sure that this will take me a Golf Victor Echo. Let me get rid of this discontinuity because we know we're going to be cleared direct to Aero. At least we should be. Can't really think of a good reason for us not to. And there we go. Now we're on the arrival. And I've noticed with this airplane, just the further down the road you get, it just omits the names here, but they are loaded in. It omits the names of the waypoints on this, so but we know they're loaded in. I'm gonna restart the music now. Go back to plan mode. Constraints are on, and I'm gonna grab the latest weather here one last time. Actually, wait, I forgot. I've got Beyond ATC. I can just actually tune to the proper frequency here. So departure charts. Airport diagram, we're taking 120.45 for the AWAS frequency. We'll put that in on COM 2 here, 120.45. If it'll let me, 45. Beautiful. And I'll put departure in over here. I need to turn it up a little bit.
3,000 broken. Temperature -14. Dew point -20. Altimeter 3000.
3000.
Landing and departing runways 2801 period. Temporary
land and departing 2801.
in effect for Albany. Advise on initial contact. You have information whiskey.
And we have whiskey. All right, 27.5 for departure or clearance here.
15080. Wind 325 at 10.
325 at 10, not horrible.
10. Ceiling 3,000 broken.
3,000 broken.
-14. Dew point -20. Altimeter 3000.
All right, perfect. I heard that. So we've got whiskey, and let's go ahead and pick up our IFR to Charlotte. I'll go ahead and grab my text, my scratch pad up over here. All right, let's go ahead and do this and hope this works. Albany clearance, good morning. Cactus 1050 with you with information whiskey, looking to pick up IFR to Charlotte. Did that work?
Cactus 1050.
There it is.
Albany clearance. Thanks for information, Whiskey. Cleared to Charlotte Douglas Airport. Radar vectors pollen on this file. Maintain 4000. Expect flight level tree 80 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 127.15. Squawk 0430.
Clear to the Charlotte Airport, radar vectors Pauline, then is filed. Climb maintain 4000, expect flight level 38010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is on a 127.15 and squawk 0430 for Cactus 1050. That seems a little quiet. I'm going to turn him up a little for you guys.
Cactus 1050, readback correct. Contact ground 121.71, ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground on 121.7, ready for push and start. Cactus 1050, thank you. Alright, perfect. So we've got our clearance. Let's go ahead and just put in initial altitude of 4,000. We'll go ahead and punch this in. 4,000, selected, and it'll be a radar vector to Pauline. So that's everything we have put in here. Hopefully they give us runway 1 for departure, otherwise I have to redo my stuff here. Let's go ahead and turn some of the integrated lights up a little bit, if it'll let me. Hello? Is this really as fast as you go? Well, that's not very nice. Okay, yep, departure is on 27:15, which is funny because if you actually fly out of Albany in real life, they almost never use that departure frequency. They have 3 of them. They've got 132.82, which is what we usually use. Like if I'm just flying around and need a contact approach, I will usually go to 3282. 1805 is sort of their backup, and then they have 2715, which they almost never use, but for some reason Beyond ATC uses it. I think I've used it twice in real life out of my thousands of hours flying around here. Not thousands, but close to. It was, yeah, whatever. That's a long story. All right. Let's go ahead and let's see. We got 300 in, and departures on 27:15. We'll put that in when we're ready. And 0430 is in. We'll go to TARA and the transponder's on. Great. We're good to go there. And we just need to wait for passengers to finish boarding now. And then we can go ahead and get our pushback clearance out of here. Departure briefing, let's see, we've got runway 5 today. Sorry, runway 1 today. I don't know why I said 5. And we'll be taking, let's see, the departure charts, airport diagram, 8,500 feet of runway, 138, 141 for the V speeds. And then we should be good to get out of here. What's our ETA for these guys being done? It should be, oh, come on, what is it? 2 minutes remaining, all right. Why don't we go ahead and hop outside, take one last look at this bird before we depart. It's just so funny to me seeing US Airways. It's very nostalgic to me. I flew on US Airways when I was a kid a couple times. It looks a little stupid on the Neo, and yet here we are. But I like it. Getting ready to depart here. I did turn my traffic density down a little bit, by the way, on Beyond ATC. The reason for that is I tried to depart in Boston the other day, and it was so bad that I couldn't even... Oh, wow, I'm getting thrown around by the exhaust here. Holy crap. Yeah, it was so bad that I couldn't even get a word in because ATC was just talking over itself to like 20 different airplanes all departing at the same time. And what they were doing was they were saying, oh, hold position for traffic, when all he had to do was just tell him to follow the traffic. So each time the traffic moved up a little bit, he'd have to stop him and then tell him, okay, continue. Okay, never mind, stop. Okay, never mind, continue. And it was the stupidest thing. So I turned my traffic density down a little bit. We're going to remove the chocks and cones here in a second, and I think we're just about ready to get out of Albany today. Hello? That going to work? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. Says boarding completed.
On behalf of myself,
oh, wow,
Captain,
perfect.
the first officer and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft.
Perfect.
We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
All right, perfect. I'm going to disconnect the jet bridge. Let them know we're ready for a push and start here. And I'm going to get some overhead lights on too. Is this really as fast as that stupid knob goes? I guess so. Alright, well, at least I've got some lights, right? A little bit? Yeah, good enough. Oh, I should probably test my annunciators. Look at it, all light up. Beautiful. Yep, alright, cool, good enough. I know in real life we'd be a lot more thorough than that. I just don't care. Alright, cabin doors closed, the seatbelt sign's coming on. And, I guess I should probably put the electronics on too. Actually, I'll just leave it at auto. I don't care enough for that. Beacon's coming on. We're going to call the tug, and we'll request push and start.
Doors and cross-check.
Alright, come on, you. Push back. We're going to hit push back on. It's going to give me an alert because I don't have GSX, so that's why it's saying, hey, if you have GSX, don't do this. But guess what? For me, it doesn't matter. Verify everything outside is removed, and I believe so. Yep, everything's removed except for that cone, but there's no chalk, so we're good there. Look at that little tug. That thing's so comically small tug over here. Alright, we're going to request a push and start. I've heard that maybe if you do shift scroll on the screen, it turns fast. Oh, okay. That might help. Let's try that. Yeah, a little bit faster. It's not the best, though, still. Alright. Albany ground, good morning. Cactus 1050. We are ready for push and start with information whiskey.
Albany clears Cactus 1050.
Oh, shit.
Contact ground for pushback and
Wrong
start
frequency.
instructions.
Sorry about that, 1050. My fault. Noob mistake there. And tower's on 19.5. Albany ground, good morning. Cactus 1050 with information whiskey looking to pick up our... or sorry, correction, we're ready for push and start. I wonder if he's going to understand what I just said there.
Cactus 1050, Albany ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Push start approved, facing east, Cactus 1050, thank you. Alright, we're just going to push back facing that way. So I'm going to go ahead now, and yeah, so I can control the direction just with my rudders, which is a little bit funny. Park and brake verified is released. Beacon lights on. They're doing their safety demo right now. I'm going to go ahead and tell them to start that pushback. We'll keep it a moderate pace, actually. And we'll say we have engine start clearance. Now, this engine takes a few minutes to start up, so beacon's on. Fuel pumps need to all be on. Everything else is extinguished. APU bleed's on. I'm going to go ahead and switch starter and fire up that number 1 engine. There we go. Good N2 rotation. This just takes a few minutes for it to do its thing. There we go. That's 20% N2. Again, it's the Neo engines. They always take a little while. Well, I guess I'm turning a little bit here. I don't know if I want to turn that much yet. Don't push back onto the road. You can push back onto the taxiway here. That'll be fine. And once that stabilizes, we can go ahead and fire up number 2. Yeah, I believe it's when this is no longer highlighted is when the starter cuts out. I think. Why are you leaving? What are you doing? No, come back, please. I'm not sure what happened there. Alright, well, that engine stabilized and the generator's available. We're going to fire up number 2 now. Yeah, why did he leave me behind? What? Sir, come back. Alright, good N2 rotation. Looks good so far. It's up to 20% right now. Oh wait, I just realized if we're taking runway 1, we want to be facing the other way. Do I have space to turn around? Yeah, I've got a little bit. We'll be fine. There we go. This will work out for me. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense for him to say face east. It should have been a face south. There we go. Perfect. I might have just broke the nose limitation there, but that's fine. Who cares? Yeah, for those of you who have worked on the ramp before, you know that you can't bend the nose more than a certain amount of degrees. I don't know what it is on the Airbus. We'll go ahead and tell it to stop moving. Set the parking brake. And we'll go ahead and get this.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
In the King Air, It was about 30 degrees, I believe. It was a really tight turning radius, and if you broke it, you would destroy the nose wheel steering on that. So, you know, don't do that. At least you don't have to use reverse thrust for pushback. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You never had to do that. All right, we're going to go back to normal. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I've definitely had to do that in the past. I don't know what I'm kidding. All right. Got 2 good engines. APU bleed can come off. Verify under the electrical system here that the electric generators look good. And if I kill the APU, there we go. That should... Yeah, I think that's going to kill the APU here in a second. I'm going to make sure auto brake set to max. Flaps to 2 for departure. This is all still set up. I'm going to do a quick flight control check as well. So if I just go down here to flight fuel, verified I've got that 14 on board, a little less, that's okay. APU should be dying down any second now. I think it takes a minute on this one. Doors are closed. Air conditioning looks good. Oh, we can set that to low, like you said. There we go. Pack flow to low. And we'll see hydraulics look good. Pressurization looks good. Bleeds look good. Flight controls left. Neutral right. Fall back. Full forward. Neutral left rudder. Right rudder. And we'll do a full box, make sure that's all good to go. And that's going to be good. Oh, I should set my standby altimeter, so we'll just bring it up to around that 300 point. That should be good. Alright, cool. Predictive wind shear down here. It's just a little button that needs to go ahead and come to auto. And the transponder's already set up. I'm going to go up here and make sure that my probe heat's on. Runway turnoffs and taxi lights coming on. And we'll go ahead and give ground a shot, let them know we're ready for departure. Or ready for taxi, sorry. Albany ground, Cactus 1050. We're ready to taxi for departure. Spoilers armed.
Cactus 1050, runway 1 taxi via Delta Alpha.
Runway 1 via Delta Alpha, Cactus 1050. Alright, we'll go ahead and... That was not the parking brake, that was the spoilers. Alright, parking brake's off now. We're definitely going to use some anti-ice for this departure. In fact, I probably should have put that into there, but that's okay. This airplane taxis pretty well. You just need to give it a little nudge, I find, and then bring it back to idle. Cabin checked, we'll see. I mean, hey, if they're ready for departure, might as well. There we go. Takeoff config is tested. I said test. Beautiful. I guess I'm just going to leave this on engine page. I'm not 100% sure what they do with that in real life. Departure briefing, we're going to be taking runway 1 today. Oh, that's reverse. Okay, there we go. We're going to be taking runway 1 today. That'll give us 8,500 feet. On V1 of 138, VR of 141, V2 of 141. If anything happens on the, after takeoff, it would be a radar vector to Pauline, maintain 4,000, and expect 38010 minutes after departure. Anything before 80 knots, we're stopping on the runway. It's 100 knots in the Airbus, I forgot about that. Once we hit 100, we'll only be stopping for an engine failure, fire, or a loss of directional control. Once we hit V1 of 138, we are committed to takeoff, rotate 141, runway heading, deal with the issue in the air. Do we have any questions at all? Nope. Awesome. Cool. I like how my automatic response is no. I'm not going to wait for you guys to type anything. Anti-ice, I am going to turn anti-ice on. It is really cold out. Granted, it might actually be below the freezing range if I'm being honest. Alright, there we go. I need to make sure throttle's at idle here. And they're going to give me my departure clearance. Okay, gentle with the nose wheel on this thing. Yeah, the nose wheel on this really likes to run away from you if you're not careful.
Cactus 1050, contact Albany Tower 119.5 CU.
Over to tower on 19.5, Cactus 1050. Have a good one. Alright, we're going to swap you over to tower, and then I'll put departure in on standby once we're holding short here. Hey, and then let's get the hell out of here, guys. Departure time should be around 10:35, which is pretty darn good. Just slow down a little bit here. Runway 1 right there. Start to bring it to a stop. Departure briefing's complete. Your flaps set. Trim, I believe I already set. Well, now it's set. Trim, flaps to 2, V-speeds are in. We've got flex set. Light, swing light, strobes coming on. And let's go ahead and call and put 27:15 on departure here. If there's icing on your engines or you're paranoid, you can spool the engines to 40% for 30 seconds. I don't think it's on the engines right now. It's more the fact that once we take off, probably within 30 seconds, we're going to be through those clouds. And I've got 8,500 feet of runway, so I'm not too worried about takeoff performance here. Yeah, no, we haven't been in icing conditions here on the ground. It's just that once we take off, we're going through that cloud. Sorry, 27... fuck, what was departure frequency again? I should know this. Yeah, 2715. Okay, cool. 2715 for departure. And let's get the hell out of here. Oh, no, that's... put it on standby. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Alright, let's call. Albany Tower, Cactus 1050, runway 1, ready for departure.
Cactus 1050, Albany Tower, wind 325 at 10, fly heading 010, runway 1 cleared for takeoff.
010 on the heading, runway 1 clear for takeoff, Cactus 1050. Alright, cool. Lights coming on. This to take off. Brakes are released, the final is clear, runway 1 is clear. We got a slight crossing on the left, it looks like. It'll be ahead of 010 on departure. I'll, you know what, we'll align that once we're on the runway. Don't let me forget. And I believe when we proceed on course, we have to go direct to probably Pauline or whatever they give me. There's runway 1 identified here. We'll go ahead and hit the brakes. Come on, slow down a little bit. Reset the heading bug to, oh, come on, are you really not gonna... There we go, 010. We'll go ahead and increase to 50%. Stabilized, and we'll bring it to flex. SRS, man flex 60. Airspeed's coming alive. There we go, keep that aileron into the wind here. It's 100. Geez, it already feels like it wants to fly a little bit. We're at 120. And V1 rotate, V2. A little bit more back pressure here, and she's off. Positive rate climb gears coming up. And we've got the airplane flying that. I'm going to go ahead and throw on the autopilot a little early. And then when it flashes climb, we'll bring it into climb mode.
Cactus 1050, contact Albany departure.
Over departure, Cactus 1050. Thank you. Take care. And lever's going to climb mode. Come on, back to climb. Beautiful. Albany departure, Cactus 1050, passing 2,000, climbing to 4,000, 010 heading.
Cactus 1050, Albany departure, radar contact, climb maintain flight level 190.
Climb maintain flight level 190, Cactus 1050. Alright, up to 190, set. We'll work the first notch of flaps out. Disarm the ground spoilers here. Anti-ice verified's on before we enter this. And flaps is coming all the way out now. And we'll keep flying this head until they instruct us otherwise. There we go, climbing out of my home area here. And hopefully they're going to give me a heading here in a second. They said 010 and expect vectors to Pauline. Maybe they have to climb me a little bit higher because there are minimum altitudes that they have to abide by around here.
Cactus 1050, turn right, heading 185. Expect further clearance at about 15 miles.
Right turn heading 185, Cactus 1050. Alright, 185. Come on, you. Here, I'm going to hold it down. This seems to be going a little bit faster now. If I hold down while scrolling, that seems... Alright, there we go. 185 set. Awesome. Right turn to 185. We're still going up to 5,500 now. Engines look good. We're on climb mode. The airplane's climbing itself out, no problem. We've got anti-ice. Actually getting ready to turn the anti-ice off. We're above the clouds here. As you can see, a lot of snow up here. It's very, very cold up here. Passing 65 now. God, look at this thing go. I just love flying US Airways in the sim. And once we pass 10,000, then we can continue with our checklist here. Yeah, I'm going to turn the anti-ice off now. We're above the clouds. I say as we're about to hit that stupid thing. See ya, Albany. Where's Albany? I think it's under that cloud over there. And so the challenge begins, if you will. All right, get ready to pass 10,000 feet. We'll get the landing lights off, wing lights off. Honestly, I think we can ding the cabin. It seems like things are pretty smooth so far. And let them go about their meal services. There we go, there's 10,000, lights coming off, wing lights coming off. Obviously probe needs to stay on for the flight. And then I'll go ahead and, I'll just wait till we speed up, then we'll turn the seatbelt sign off. And yeah, no, very good, safe climb out here at Albany. If I can just zoom in a little bit here, that would be nice. We should be handed off to Boston here in a minute. Right turn heading 245, Cactus 1050. Alright, 245 on the heading here. 245. I wonder if she's just trying to get us on course. That might be it.
Albany departure, exec, jet 935.
Okay, so we have some traffic. That's nice.
We have whiskey on board.
And, alright.
Exec jet 935, Albany, approach, altimeter tree 0.
Alright, are you approach or departure? I'm kidding, I know they're the same person.
Altimeter 3000, expect the RNAV Yankee runway 01 via Common. Exec jet 935.
I believe they changed the approach plates here at Albany just recently. I know.
Exec jet 935.
I've never heard I've never heard Colin. Hold on, I'm gonna check here. If I approach procedure for the ILS-1, or no, RNAV run they requested.
Cleared RNAV Yankee runway 01, expect jet 935.
I know they changed the approach into runway 28.
Cactus 1050, turn left, heading 185.
Left turn heading 185, Cactus 1050. Okay, I think they meant Cannon, not Colin. I think I heard Colin, but it's Cannon, was what she said.
1050, contact Boston,
There we go.
121.35.
Order 121.35, Cactus 1050. Take care. Boston Center, Cactus 1050, passing 17,000, climbing flight level 190 on a 185 heading.
Cactus 1050, Boston Center. Good day. Climb and maintain flight level 380.
Maintain flight level 380, Cactus 1050. And there we go, all the way to space. Oh, we're past 18,000. We'll standard our altimeters here. And make sure standby is also set 3013. All right, great. We're past transition. We are on our way to Charlotte, everybody. And we're talking to Boston. Hope.
Cactus 1050, clear direct calling. Resume on navigation.
Direct Pauline and resume on navigation, Cactus 1050. Now we're really on our way. Why did I just hear an alert? Direct to Pauline, enter. And that should take me now. Yep, there we go. Back on course. Beautiful. Barrow discrepancy. Oh, yeah, that should be 3013. And then I've got standard. I don't know why there's that discrepancy there. What is my plane doing? All you have to do is fly this course direct to Pauline. All right. All right, well, everybody, we have a little while ahead of us. We've got an hour, 42-minute flight. A couple things to do, because I know that...
Cactus 1050, contact Boston Center 132.65 CU.
132.65, Cactus 1050. Thanks, take care. 3265. This is a frequency I've talked on in real life, too. They often hand you off to these controllers if you're going southbound towards New York City. At Boston Center, Cactus 1050, passing flight level 220, climbing to 380. There you go. Perfect. We're on our way. So, a few things to talk about and a couple things to do. For one, I have Minecraft on standby.
Contact Boston, Center 134.3.
Or 134.3, Cactus 1090. Yeah, I have Minecraft on standby, but it's different. It's not what we normally do. Hold on. Boston Center, good morning, Cactus 1050, pass flight level 237, climbing to 380.
Cactus 1050, Boston Center, roger.
Alright, so we've got Minecraft on standby. It's different, though. I made the world a little bit weird, so that should entertain us if we run out of things to talk about. A couple of interesting things have happened in the news, though, as we climb up, that we can talk about. I think two big things. Number one, I don't know about you guys, but I have been obsessed with the Artemis launch that's upcoming. They're going to go ahead and take human beings this time around and basically have them circle around the moon. So I've been, I'm sure all of you guys are aware of it, I've just been watching video after video on it. I heard they did have a delay, though. It's supposed to happen early next month. They had a delay because for fueling. They were going to basically do a dress rehearsal. I was just watching about this morning. And they had a delay due to fueling. I should probably put some music on in the background. You're going to have to go see it. All right, hey, Brandon, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. So, yeah, they did a dress rehearsal, basically. Oh, I should turn my sim volume down a little bit, too. Yeah, they did a dress rehearsal, and the issue is that they, and I guess the issue is that it's too cold right now for them to really fully fuel the rocket. And obviously they have to put safety first there, because I'm pretty sure cold temperatures in Florida has led to a little incident before with rockets. So, yeah, that's not exactly what we want. Oh, you know what I can also do? I just realized I can also give you guys the en route feed. There you go. Now you can look at our beautiful en route weather there. So, yeah, no, I do believe that. Unfortunately, they are going to delay it a little bit. Hopefully it happens, though. I've been playing a lot of Kerbal Space Program lately too, which is basically just where you take a bunch of fake green people. Here, we can do this and we get a live ETA too. Well, actually, no. That's just when our block time ends. You get a bunch of fake green people basically, and fly them to build rocket ships, and you have to fly them to different planets. I've been playing that game on and off since I was a kid, and it's just so fun. Each time you build a different rocket and land it on the moon. So, I don't know, half of me was thinking about doing a video with that. I decided the more I thought about it that, oh, my seatbelt sign's still on. Sorry, guys. I realized the more I thought about it, it doesn't really fit the theme of this channel. And for as much as I want to make this channel doing my own thing, I do kind of want to keep it going on aviation here. I just don't think you guys would really stick around too much to watch that if it's not an aviation thing. But yeah, no, we can. I was watching some videos. There's a really good interview out there with the Canadian astronaut. I forgot the guy's name, but really good interview out there with him. And basically, what it is it's a whole talk. Oh, I need to zoom out a little bit. I have a live preview on my phone here of this of the airplane here. It's a live preview, or sorry, it's an interview where they talked about both, you know, what's it going to be like flying the spaceship. There are some maneuvers that they're going to have to fly by hand, which is just crazy to me. They're going to have to fly some maneuvers by hand. And also, shit, what's the word I'm looking for? They were talking about the family impacts of it because, you know, the guy has to leave his family for a pretty long time. I actually watched in an article today that they basically, what's the word I'm looking for? they basically, they're already in quarantine, basically. Like, they're not allowed access to other people except for whoever is allowed to at NASA speak with them. And, you know, and I know when they get back, they have to kind of be in quarantine too. So it's like, you're away from your family for a long time for that. And I know, granted, I mean, there are astronauts who stay in the ISS for several months at a time. But still, it's, I don't know, that's just so crazy to me. And they're talking about, well, what if something goes wrong? How does the family deal with that? It's just, it's really interesting to me. Anywho, we'll keep going here.
November 737 Quebec Charlie.
I can turn her down a little bit too.
Contact Boston Center.
Maybe I'll increase the traffic volume a little bit. It was just out of Boston. It was like it was pretty bad out of Boston, I'm not gonna lie. The other thing that happened that's a little bit less interesting, well, actually, less and more interesting. It's not as exciting, but it's interesting to watch. Is they had the NTSB hearings for the DCA collision that happened almost 2 days ago. It was a year ago to the day, and it was interesting. There's not really a lot of new information there. You know, you're looking at a systematic problem with the DCA, both the facility and both the tower facility and the structuring of the helicopter airways and air traffic control procedures. I'm not going to sit here and I mean, obviously, who ultimately bears the responsibility? Just from a strict standpoint, it would be the helicopter pilot. I mean, there's no debate about that. It was their responsibility to see and avoid the traffic, and they failed to do that. However, if you look at all the factors that compounded, that led to this happening, it was a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, they said 15,000 close calls had happened in the last, I think, 10 years, which is insane. That's like several a day. And there's some really good videos on it. There's an animation that we can watch, actually, once we hit cruise, that showed, I'm not sure, I'm guessing you guys have seen it, but it's an animation done in Microsoft Flight Sim, actually, where they showed the perspectives of the pilots based off the track data and what the pilots would have seen. And from the CRJ's perspective, it's really sad. There's no good way they could have seen that traffic. I'll show it to you guys in a minute here. Helicopter perspective, you know, honestly, that kind of gave me a little bit more sympathy towards them. Not saying that they are not at fault here, not saying that at all, but, you know, as somebody who has instructed in airplanes, not helicopters, you know, you're listening to the transcript, you're listening to the conversation. Their conversation was pretty normal. It's exactly the kind of conversation that you'd be having with your student. You know, a little bit of lighthearted stuff and a little bit of, and also, all right, you need more rudder, you need to focus on this, focus on that. And they think they have the traffic in sight. Okay, cool, traffic's in sight, head's going back inside. Did they screw up? Yes, absolutely. But you can see yourself in their shoes when you watch that animation. And what the animation doesn't add, by the way, is all the environmental factors in the cockpit. You have the noise of the airplane, the pilot's focusing her attention on this and that and everything else. The instructor's focusing on, hey, student, don't mess up, and also, hey, let me look outside and focus. It was a check ride, I believe, actually. I watched one video from a guy that I'm not too sure if I agree with. Basically what he said was, and okay, I shouldn't say I disagree with it because he makes some valid points. He was saying that the check ride before really wasn't going so well, and I don't know if that's really the case or not, just because I haven't done any research into it. He very well might be right. What they said was the instructor had to take the controls, which on a check ride is a failure. There's no arguing about that. If the instructor has to take controls, you can't pass. It's that's just how it goes. Or the evaluator in this case. Hey, there's Long Island off our wing here. It's so funny because if we're really going to do this challenge, hey, he's going to White Plains. That's another airport I've flown to more times than I can count. It's funny because if you really look at you know, all those compounding factors, you know, you start to see why why they made the mistakes they made. Not to justify it, but anyways, that's just my opinion there. Anywho, this thing climbs so slow when we get this high up. But we're passing Bizik, so that's good, I guess. And we're almost at top of climb, so I might go get the video up on standby, actually, for us to all watch here. Here, I'll pull it up on my, on the Sploob account here. There we go. If I look up the NTSB invested DCA collision animation, I'll look up here. There you go. Yeah, and they show both the perspective of the controller and and the aircrafts, both the helicopter and the
American 1449. Contact New York.
14. I've heard that call sign before. Swear I've heard that call sign before.
Contact New York Center 21125. American 1449.
Yeah, we've only got 500 feet till top of climb. And then pretty soon thereafter, we should start to think about our arrival here into... actually, you know what? We've got a decent ways to go here. We'll start to think about, though, our arrival into... what do you call that airport again? Charlotte. Yes, yes. Oh, I've got so many Charlotte stories. I was flying into Charlotte. I probably have told this on this channel before, but whatever. Here we go. Over the summer. I was supposed to go Charlotte to Albany, and they delayed the flight because there was a storm over Charlotte. And several hours later, when I thought it was pretty clear there's no way we were getting out of Charlotte that night, at like 11 p.m., no, it was 12 a.m., it was stupid late, they canceled the flight. And I have a friend who works at the Albany airport who told me, oh yeah, your flight's got canceled. I'm like, ah, fuck. And I asked her later if she knew exactly what happened. She goes, oh yeah, the crew timed out. And I'm like, really? They didn't see that coming like 2 hours before? Anywho, so, you know, weather happens. I'm not going to blame that on Charlotte and American Airlines. We go to reschedule. Oh yeah, we can get you out of Charlotte in 2 days. I'm like, pardon? They're like, yeah, 2 days from now is our next available. And yeah, I ended up having to drive home. So I'm looking at the arrival board in Charlotte. Every flight yesterday is basically marked as canceled. So yeah, he's doing his PA announcement. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, not a huge fan of Charlotte. Not my favorite airport out there. All right, let's go ahead and look at this animation here, and then we can start playing some Minecraft. So here, we're gonna go ahead and make sure MSFS is coming off.
Presents a simulated view from the right
So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
No,
that's me.
121.125 CU.
Over to 121.125 Cactus 1050. 0.125. Gonna take a second here. Yeah, so if I scroll while holding down, that really helps. Hey, New York Center, good morning. Cactus 1050, flight level 380.
Cactus 1050, New York Center, copy.
I love watching that, looking at that inlet there. When we're flying the corridor in real life, we usually use, I believe it's, yeah, it's this inlet here to turn around, because we keep flying past the statue to the VZ, and then we turn around here over this bay here. It's perfectly legal to do that without talking to ATC, by the way. You're also allowed to get a Bravo clearance, which is okay. I haven't done that yet. I really should try that next time, though. And you ask the skyline transition, and you stay a little bit higher than you would if you weren't talking to ATC, but you're in Bravo airspace, which is a little bit safer, because air traffic control is going to give you a separation between other traffic. Alright, back to this.
A dark gray structural.
So I'm going to skip around a little bit.
Audio recordings of air traffic
Turn them down a little bit too.
Depicting the locations of Pat 25.
So you can see the radio transmission. Was that me? Was that for me?
Center on
Nope, that was American 1449. Cool. So I think we're following 1449. So whatever frequency they get, we might get next. Maybe we should plan for that 1315, or sorry, 3315 for that frequency. So maybe we can pre-program that 1315, and we'll keep going here. Nope, wrong tab. So
1050. Contact New York Center 133.15. Take care.
there we go. 133.15, Cactus 1050, take care. There you go, I was right. We're just following 1449 right now. I wonder if we can, if we zoom in, if we can see them. I should probably check in first. New York Center, Cactus 1050 with you, flight level 380. Yeah, I don't see him. Oh well, that's fine.
Cactus 1050, New York Center, copy.
Alright, we'll keep going here.
Roger.
So he's saying, so basically the way this is this is air traffic control in the blue box here, and this is what we're actually listening to. Over on the right, we have the cockpit communications, so this is what the pilot and the instructor / evaluator are saying to each other.
American
So-
3130 Washington 1 car 3.
So, and also something else that's really interesting is, I guess from what I've heard, these strike-throughs here indicate that that the helicopter pilot can't hear this because it's blocked by other transmissions, which is interesting.
25 runway 1 cleared to land. Check with the
Oh,
mark.
hello. Is this still up? Yep, it is. Cool. So all while we're hearing this, what's actually happening in the cockpit is clear left, crane, no factor, and then the instructor says you're at 300 feet, you need to bring it down a little bit. Pilot says, yep, go down to 200. Now here's the thing, she actually does go down to 200 here. At least that's what's indicated on her baro altimeter. And I've read some people say, well, you know, this is just end of the day, the pilot's fault because she flew too high. But from what I've heard, the barometric altimeter was reading 200, but there's a certain amount of error in that kept her too high.
American 3130 slow the funnel.
So it's so many factors here for the pilots. From the FAA's perspective, there should never have been that separation there. I mean, I think there's no debate about that. I'm not really adding anything to the conversation by saying that.
American 1630 tower runway 1 up.
So, you know, imagine for a second, you're this pilot, right? You're the pilot who's being evaluated, and maybe the check ride isn't going so great. I don't know off the top of my head. And you're listening to these communications. You have the whirling of the helicopter in the background. Your instructor's telling you to do this, and they're making jokes about the other traffic being told to stand by. Which, by the way, we always do. You've got the whirl of the helicopter. You've got this conversation that's a little bit unnecessary, but it's okay. We all have that sometimes. And the instructor's telling you, all right, you've got quarter tailline, it's going to be pushing you, so you're focused on that. You're focused on not screwing up your check ride. And at some point, they're going to tell him, hey, watch for this traffic. And they're talking about the wind here too. And she's focused on, I need to hold my altitude, I need to stay following this, I need to think about the winds, because she's being pushed, I believe, towards the airport right now, and you really shouldn't be that close to the airport. I'm going to skip a little bit ahead here, I don't want to... There you go. Oh, here we go. So all these communications going on, different helicopters going all over the place. He says... And by the way, he never responded to that first call, do you have it in sight? And then he hears Pat 25 blank CRJ. So he thinks he's just asking if he has the traffic in sight or not. And he thinks he does, because he's just looking through this night vision camera, allegedly. I don't know exactly what they were doing there. So he says, yeah, the instructor says, yep, I've got him in sight, we're good. There's a separation approved, okay. And then the comment goes up, we're below, yep, you're coming for a left, that's why he's asking, just move a little bit more. And where's the traffic? It's right there.
American 472 Washington.
So that's why I wanted to talk about that for a second, and that's when the collision happened. So that's what's going on in the cockpit here. Now, granted, I'm not a military instructor, so I can't speak on their behalf exactly what procedures they're using, but as a civilian instructor, my thoughts are, you're trying to teach the student is going through the stress of on a check ride, being told all this stuff, you've got so many radio communications going on, and then the instructor just chimes in and says, yep, traffic in sight. If the instructor says, yep, traffic's in sight, that kind of tells the student, okay, bit of an afterthought. You know, and the instructor's also thinking that, I mean, he clearly saw the wrong traffic, but, you know, or just didn't have any traffic in sight and reported it anyways, which is a whole other thing that I have seen people do, by the way, and it's like, no, what are you doing? Anywho, so I think it's important to put that into the perspective of what's going on a training flight like that, not to excuse it. He should have been, hey, do I actually have this traffic in sight? He didn't hear that they're circling to 3-3 either, I'm pretty sure.
Narrated
Because of the block. I mean, ATC told him that, but it was blocked by another transmission.
three-dimensional laser scan of an.
All right, so now they're showing
at
from the
upper
pilot's perspective on their
bound.
RJ. And again, this is what they can see here. And
Jet 789,
they're on a different
car
frequency than the
32015,
helicopter.
Gulf 25,
Keep that in
Air
mind, so they
Force
don't
One,
really
runway
know
1, takeoff.
what Pat 25 is saying, the helicopter.
014, Gulf 25, runway 1, cleared to land. Check with may depart approach arrival.
Okay, clear to land runway 1, American 31.
So these communications are pretty standard. Now, granted, I don't fly CRJs.
Contact New York Center 124.625. Have a good one.
Over to 124.625, Cactus 1050. Thanks, take care. 625 over to New York. Then we'll go back to this animation. 0.625, I think he said. New York Center, good morning, Cactus 1050, flight level 380.
Cactus 1050, New York Center.
Alright, great. Alright, back over to here. So, yep, they're configured. They're just making sure, you know, they're having a conversation about the fact that they're going to be circling to runway 33 here. All very standard, I would imagine. Pretty scary for the pilot. Yeah, I mean,
Jet 789,
both of
contact
them,
Gulf
honestly.
Have a good day.
American 3130, slow the funnel.
Slow in American 3130.
Pat 25, traffic just off the
So here he goes. The ATC's talking to the helicopter. And Captain realizes he's a little low. He's going to level off. Fine. Happens. FO acknowledges. Cool.
Runway 1, American 1630.
And, you know, for those who are not pilots, by the way, or, no, granted, I don't fly airliners, so I'm not going to act like I'm talking from their perspective, but, you know, when you're doing instrument training, a circling approach is a lot of workload. You have to maintain a certain distance from the airport. You're on one approach, maintaining one minimum until you are within a normal descent from the runway. Then you're going to start that descent. You have to get aligned with the runway. You're factoring in winds. I remember last time I did a circling approach, it was like gusting to 30. This was on a check ride that I had. And we were in a Mooney, which, yeah, that was an experience. And because you have to maintain a certain distance from the airport, it's not like you can just say, oh, I'll give myself more room and extend further out. No, because if it's really marginal conditions like we're training for, extending further out might put you in a cloud. Or what if a cloud develops between you and the airport? So you have to keep it tight, especially here. You pretty much have to stay right next to the airport because even if it's a clear day like it is tonight, on this night, you've got a whole bunch of restricted and prohibited airspaces right here. So he has to keep it tight. So you're focused on the runway, you're focused on configuring the airplane, you're focused on obviously any traffic, which he hasn't been told about. They're checking 1,000 feet, spoilers are missed, approach altitude set, very standard there. Skip ahead a little bit here. Oh, and now he's got, this is another thing I've basically seen everybody who's commentated on this video say, now he's got traffic departing runway 1, which is the crossing runway here. So what's he thinking? He's thinking, oh, I need to focus on this now, because if that guy takes too long to get rolling, I'm going to have to go around.
8:30.
So this is what I'm thinking of, at least, as when I'm sitting here from the pilot's perspective. And now he has to hold a stable approach down, which, you know, I don't fly CRJ, so I'm not going to comment on, is he doing this right or wrong, blah, blah, blah.
4782, Mount Vernon visual 1.
But this is what we're thinking about when we're on this approach. He's a little bit low, but that's not horrible. 3 red, 1 white. You can see the pappies there, by the way. Hard to see with all the lights. And I've heard some discussion on whether these lights are realistic or not. Some people said they're too bright. Hey, there's 1449 back. I think we're following 1449.
American 1449, New York Center, copy.
Did he say at 2,000 feet though? Hold on, what did he say? 2,300. Okay, never mind. He's probably going to Philly then.
Bro.
So they're at 500, stable approach, first officer's making his call outs, that's what he's looking at, is this runway. There's the traffic crossing the runway right now, and they're at less than 500 now, by the way. He hears Pat 25, yeah, but he's focused on that traffic on the runway right now. And there's Pat 25 there, but we're looking at the runway. All right, traffic's out of the way, maybe thinking about wake turbulence, although he should be on the ground by then anyways.
American 4782 by pass.
Plus 100, and there's the helicopter. They see it in a second. Oh shit, oh, boom. All well, just like that helicopter pilot, they have the sounds of the airplane going on. And they're thinking about the approach. So I thought that was really interesting to watch. It's so easy for us to look and say, oh, helicopter pilot's at fault. And yes, ultimately, her and the instructor, technically it was the instructor, his responsibility to maintain visual separation there. I read one comment from a guy who said, well, you know, that check ride wasn't really going so well. And it is true, not to get political here, I'm not, but it does have an impact here that the pilot who's being evaluated here, she was, I believe, an aide for, what I heard was that she was an aide for the Biden administration. So there would, if that's true, be some, and I know there are photos of her and Biden working together for something. I don't know, maybe she was just doing military service there. I don't know what the deal is there. But the theory was, well, that would make it so that the instructor is pressured to make sure she passes and does a good job, so he's not going to correct little errors, is what I heard. And he's going to be thinking, oh, I can't correct her. I think that's kind of diving into I think that's starting to dive a little bit into the DEI conspiracy there. And I'll tell you why. Oh, hold on.
Contact New York Center 135.45.
135.45, Cactus 1050. And it's not because I'm trying to make a political stance here. I'm not. It's the fact that there were a lot of conspiracies about that, like, oh, she was a DEI hire, and also, hold on a second. New York Center, Cactus 1050, flight level 380.
Cactus 1050, New York Center.
Okay, so, yeah. It's not to be like, oh, I'm making a political stance here. No, that's not what this is about. It's more the fact, the reason why I disagree with that stance, from what I've seen so far, is because the instructor from that communication there made all the right calls. He reminded her, hey, look, you're too high. Hey, look, you need to stay more to the left here. He didn't hear him say, hey, do you pass behind the CRJ? So he thinks, oh, well, I've got that traffic sight, I'm just going to stay left here, which is what he tells the instructor to do. So I don't get any sense of he's trying to be nice to the student here. I think if he was meaner and said, like, why the hell aren't you getting lower? No, stay here, do that. The check ride, her skills would probably deteriorate even more, because that's how students work. When you throw the book at them, I gotta turn this fucking music down. They perform less. And I'm not saying that means you have to be super nice to them. No, of course not. You have to be realistic with them. Hey, that wasn't within standards, blah, 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 blah. But the argument that the guy made was the flight should have never been happening, because when the instructor had to take controls, that should have been the end of the evaluation. And I can't speak for how the military does it, but if I'm an instructor and I'm evaluating a student, which happens even outside of check rides, by the way, with a check ride, obviously, in the civilian world, we have to go with a designee, a designated examiner. But we do mock check rides, we do stage checks as instructors, we do flight reviews. If one of those isn't doing well, which happens, by the way, sometimes it's just not going so well. Here's what you do. You have to tell the student when they make the mistake, hey, look, that was not within standards. That really wasn't good. We need to work on that. You just say it like that, okay? Usually, in fact, I've never cut a flight. I'll be honest, I've never cut one of those evaluations short just because the student wasn't doing well. I've cut a couple lessons short, like if one area really isn't going well, we say, okay, let's just focus on this and we'll do the rest later. But for those evaluations, it's extreme, and this is true for DPEs too. They almost never are going to end the check ride early. It's usually, okay, that wasn't good, we're going to keep going, and it should be in this calm voice, by the way, so that the student doesn't feel too bad about themselves. Because when they feel bad about themselves, that's when it all spirals downhill. You just say, look, that wasn't within standards. We're gonna have to do that again sometime. Let's keep going. I want you to do this maneuver next, or this and that maneuver. And from what I've seen, that's exactly what the instructor was doing there. I mean, if it's true that he had to take the controls earlier, which I don't 100% know, he did what seems to me to be the right thing. Granted, not a military instructor, can't speak on his behalf or how they structure their check rides, but as a civilian instructor, if I would be doing the same thing of, okay, we need to work on that, let's keep going, see how the rest goes. Don't stress it too much right now, we save the rest for the debrief. Alright, so that's my rant there about that. Yeah, I saw that and I'm just like, oh my god. You're diving into, oh, this person was a White House aide, so she should never have been flying. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? I don't know. Anywho, let's yeah, that's about it from there. Whole lot of recommendations come out. Bottom line is, we should never have had that helicopter route there. At least while they're using runway 33, in my opinion. I mean, I've seen charts like at Boston. There are some helicopter routes that go underneath some of the instrument approaches into, I think it's the 4s. And there's a note on the helicopter routes that when this runway is in use, you are not taking this helicopter route. It's closed. So half of me doesn't understand why they didn't just do that, but at the same time, it's far safer than what they had before. You're done with your homework? Well, Farron, congratulations on being done with that. I should check my my own work too. Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't think I have anything to do because I got my stuff done this morning. But yeah, congrats on being done there. You just missed my, or actually you probably listened to it in the background, my rant on that that report I read. Anywho, I think we're still about an hour out. We can actually, let's go ahead and start to just make sure at least the arrival is put in correctly. Here, if I go into METAR and TAF data. Alright, Charlotte's reporting a 320 at 10, fuel clouds 25,000, temperature -4, dew point -14, 3014. Very cold for Charlotte. It's below freezing actually. And the sea level pressure 1022.6 on the QNH there. Okay, cool. If I go down to my flight plan, there we go, there's Aero. Let's make sure that this is all in properly here. Arrival charts, just so we don't have to deal with this later on. And then I can start the Minecraft that we were gonna do. Unless there's anything more to talk about, but I don't think there is. I think it's just the rocket and the hearing that they made. They absolutely grilled the FAA in that hearing. That was kind of funny to listen to. Alright. Chesley 6, taking the Aero transition. BMO, World, Blue Jay, which will be 270 or above. World, top of descent. Blue Jay, yep, there's the restriction, but it looks like that's in there. That's good. And then from Blue Jay, it's going to be Burrs, 270 to 240. And 280 on the speed is in. Skiles is going to be 220 and 280 on the speed. Fun fact, this is actually named after the crew of Cactus 1549, which of course landed in the Hudson River. So that's why it's called the Chesley 6, and you've got the Skiles fix here. So 220 or above, 280 on the speed. Dent is going to be 16 or above, 270 on the speed for Dent. And we passed that. Boots will be 230 and 13. Yep, 2 and the speed, no speed restriction, cool. And then it'll be Chesley 220 to 13 on that speed altitude restriction there. Chesley, yep, there we go. And we're within that, and 250 on the speed, cool. Dent is going to be that, oh, page 2, that's what I'm looking at. There you go. Dent is going to be, wait, where the fuck is Dent? Skiles, then Dent. Oh, I missed it. Chesley, then Slippo.
United 638.
Slippo, 210 to 110. That's a funny name there. Yeah, we need that. Cool.
2.55, United 638.
Right? Yep, we do. And then Jamgo 16 to 10.
American 1449.
Yep, we meet that. Wiz is going to be 10 to 12.
American 1449.
Yep, and we're at 12, 250 on the speed. Cat will be 10,210. Yep. And then EPay for landing 36 right.
Southwest 29.
There you go. That's all in. Perfect.
Washington Center 1 tree.
And then for the approach, it's going to be, let's see, you're looking at HECAM.
2.5.
If I pull up the approach briefing here, let's see, instrument approach procedure, you're taking the ILS to runway 36 right. I mean, this should all. Let's see, 83, 90 feet of runway. 21, 115, we'll put that in later when we get closer. Missed approach up to 1300. TMR radar required. We're probably going to get the visual, honestly, if it's really clear skies. Yeah, few 25,000, we're probably just going to get the visual, but I'll put this in on standby. So HECAM 6,000, Genda 5,000. HECAM, Genda, Lancer, especially because beyond ATC, they love to give you, intercept the localizer, and it's like, well, hold on, I didn't have that programmed yet, because you told me to expect the visual, but all right. PsychDo 3,000. It says 2980. That's a little weird, but okay. Heyo will be 25, and then minimums will be at 927 for the ILS. All right, that looks solid to be in. Cool. We've made sure that's set up properly.
New York Center. Radar contact.
And I think if we hit plan mode, can we actually start to step through this?
1050. Contact Washington Center 1 tree 2.55. Take care.
Order 132.55, Cactus 1050. See ya. Contact Washington real quick. Washington Center, good morning. Cactus 1050, flight level 380. Over this has got to be the Delaware Bay, right? Pretty sure. All right, cool. We're almost halfway there too. We are chugging along here. I think if I go showcase view, that would look a little bit nicer, right, guys? There we go. Maybe I probably need to back up a little bit because I know that all this stream clutter is in the way there. All right, well, there you go. We're on Washington now. I think Washington takes us most of the way to Charlotte. I think we're going to get handed off to Atlanta Center, I think. I could actually literally just look through the OFP because that tells you what center controllers you're talking to. Anywho, here's what we're going to do now, guys. Since we got a couple hours to chill. Oh, you know what I never did? I never told you guys what the rules of the challenge are. We should probably do that right now. So, let me just go ahead and turn this off for a second. So, the rules of the challenge. What's going on here? MSFS. There you go. Monitor capture off. So we have to fly to all 50 states within the next month, which is a challenge in and of itself because I did some math. In order for this to work, I have to be flying 2 times a day. Now, on a day like today where I'm mostly free, I should be able to get maybe 3 in, and that should keep me ahead of the game here. Because obviously there's going to be some days that I can't do that because, believe it or not, I actually have a job, which is a little bit unfortunate for me. I'm kidding, but that's the biggest challenge. Now, luckily, I'm a flight instructor, so my schedule this time of year tends to be pretty light. But it's going to be difficult. So here's the basic rules to the challenge. I'll show you guys the notes here. Actually, you know what? I'll just read them out while you look at the airplane. Basic rules. I must land the airplane, so land, not take off, so my depart in New York doesn't count this morning. Must land in all 50 states within the calendar month of February. And I'm only allowed to use a given airline and aircraft combination once. So this is my US Airways A320 token here. I know it's a Neo, but because I'm going to sub it out, and I'll talk about that in a second. For the next leg out of Charlotte, we're going to use American Airlines, so that way it's a different airline combination there. Then I just literally wrote some legalese on what counts as what, just so I don't try to bend the rules later on. What counts as an airline, what counts as an aircraft. Now, the route flown must have been operated by the chosen airline at some point in history, so I can't just make up routes here. So US Airways did fly Albany to Charlotte, so I'm allowed to do that. However, the chosen aircraft does not have to be one that was flown in real life, so long let me rephrase it. It does not have to be it does not have to be flown on this route in real life. It does have to be flown by the airline in real life. However, I made a note here that I am allowed to substitute an aircraft so long as it's in the same family. So, for example, A320neo, I'm going to count that as one family. Same with like a 737NG instead of a classic I'm allowed to do. However, if I do that, I just can't then go back and say, oh, well, I'm going to use a regular A320 for a different route later. No, I'm not allowed to do that. That crosses both of them out there. I added, for rule number 4, that if I crash, the challenge has failed. I figured that's pretty fair, right? If I ever crash on landing, I fail. So that's 50 crash-free flights. I think I defined it as any event where the airplane makes contact with any terrain that's not part of the airport surface. For now. And then I made some more definitions there, blah, 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 blah. But I made exceptions so that if it's like the plane, like the simulator breaks and like, I don't know, the flaps shear off and I was within the flap limit, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. So, like if the flap shears off for something stupid or like the plane nosedives for no reason, that doesn't count as a crash. I'm not going to fail the challenge over that. Each flight must depart from the same airport I last landed at, so I have to make this next leg out of Charlotte. And when I land at Myrtle this afternoon, the next leg after that has to be out of Myrtle. Now, there are 2 freebies that I'm allowed. I'm allowed 2 charter cards. And what that means is I'm allowed to use a route that is not flown by an airline in real life, and that does count when I land at the state, but I'm only allowed 2 of them. So, if I have to use 3, challenge failed. Like if I get stuck somewhere and like there's no airlines that fly to the next airport or something like that, that's when I would use a charter card, but I'm only allowed 2 of those. And for each day, here's the tricky thing. I made it, the last rule is that for each day of the challenge, only 2 airline groups, I'm only allowed to use 2 airline groupings. So I made a table with a bunch of different airlines and grouped them together. And for now they're going to Charlottesville, and each day I roll a random number twice, and whatever 2 numbers I get gives me the group that I have to use, and it should be a total of 4 different airlines. So I'm only allowed to use the airlines that are in this given group. I'm pretty sure that's Washington below us, by the way. Yeah, that was I recognize that. Yeah, so today, or last night, I did this in advance so I could get the stream set up. We rolled American Airlines. And I rolled American, Spirit, UPS, and what's the other one? Atlas Air. So out of Albany, that leaves me with either American or UPS. Now, I also made it so that I'm allowed to use airlines that have flown, that have merged with or were bought by the airline that got rolled with. So that's how we're allowed to use US Airways for this first leg. So yeah, there you go. That way I'm not just limited to airlines that are currently flying today. And from that, I had to ask myself, is this challenge even technically possible? The answer is yes, it is possible. Because I wrote up a whole bunch of airline aircraft combinations, found there are more than 50 of them. So cool, perfect, we're set. And that's not even including, just from the fleet I have, by the way. And that's not even including the historic routes. So we're able to do this. And I thought about how we're gonna, like, what routes we're gonna choose. What I've determined is there are 26 states that have hubs for them, for major airlines. And there are 24 that don't. So if we essentially go hub hopping, like go from one hub.
Cactus 1050, contact Washington Center 120.65.
Over to 120.65, Cactus 1050. 12065. Can I just scroll up? Nope, I can't. Damn. 12065. I'm gonna put that in. Alright, there we go. Washington Center, Cactus 1050, we are with you on, or correction, we're just with you at flight level 380. I don't know why I said on the, I don't fucking know.
Cactus 1050, Washington Center, roger.
There's our top descent over there. Hopefully the rest of these waypoints load in soon. I think once the star becomes active, it'll show me. Okay, yeah, so that's the game plan. We're gonna fly from one hub to an airport that's not a hub, and then connect to an airport that is a hub. So if I do that, that should knock out one hub state and one non-hub state at a time. And I should, in theory, hit all 50. So, yeah, no, it's going to be fun. And we're going to make, obviously I can't live stream the whole thing, but I'm going to make a cool video, and it's going to be well edited for viewer enjoyment. Alright, that's the ground rules out of the way for the challenge. It's going to be fun. I've got 1 month to do it. And we're starting with North Carolina here. North Carolina is the first state in this case. Should have gone to Virginia and called that the first state. Oh well. Oh well. We rolled American Airlines, so yeah. And I think after the stream, if I have time, I'm gonna go to Charlotte next. I need to keep looking at my phone though, because yeah, actually, let me look at my phone real quick. Because I've got a student who I have to fly with this evening. But if he cancels, I'm going to go to Ohio next. Because Spirit flies out of Myrtle Beach. They have a lot of flights, and they have a flight to Ohio, and I figured that would be a good one to knock out tonight, if I can. If not, then we have to wait till tomorrow, roll the dice, and see what airline we get. So that should be fun. It will make things interesting, and it will make, I think, a fun video at the end of the day. Alright, now that I've ranted about that, oh, and here's the airline groupings, by the way, just to show you guys. Here, I'll share this now. Here you go. We've got so if I roll number 1, so it's 1 through 10. If I roll number 1, I get Alaska and Allegiant. If I roll 2, I get United and Avelo. 3, American and Atlas. 4 is Southwest and Breeze. Breeze is kind of a stupid one for me because guess what? I don't have any airplanes that I have in the sim that could fly Breeze. FedEx and Silver's in number 5. That's kind of a crappy group if I get that. Delta and JetBlue in number 6. I like that one. UPS and Spirit 7. American and Sun Country in 8. A couple repeat. I figured the majors should repeat a couple times. Delta and Frontier for 9, and United and Southwest for 10. So some of these are better than others. I rolled the American and UPS cards today. So that's where we're at with that. And US Airways was merged with American, so that's how we're getting away with doing that. So, for example, like I can fly Piedmont, Allegheny, PSA. Those would all be fine for American. I can fly, if I get Delta, I can go Northwest. I can go Republic, things like that. If I get a United, I can go Continental. So that's how I just made that work. All right, we're going to go over here now, and I'm going to share just MSFS now, and we're going to go into Minecraft because we got some time to chill. So here's what we're going to do, because obviously we've got some pretty long streams ahead of us. How do we pass the time? Well, this is how we're going to do it, although I also need to watch for my top percent here in a little bit. How do we pass the time? Well, we pass the time by creating a hardcore world. So if I die, I die. And you're going to notice something funny about this world. I just loaded it in a little bit ago, and I haven't done anything in it yet. You're going to find this funny. Here, let me get the window open. You can probably already see what the funny is about it. It's made out of TNT. Here we go. Alright, world started. If the game doesn't crash. Cool. I see a village that way. I see a village that way. Is there any closer? No, we're going to run to this one. So, yeah, essentially, if anything blows up, I'm cooked. I thought that would be kind of funny. Alright, we gotta run here. Gotta run here, boys. Come on, keep going, keep going. Just need to make it to this village here. Oh, there's plenty of villages here. Okay, this will work out for me. So if I need a bed, I need things to build up because I don't want to stay on the surface because if literally anything happens, the whole world goes. So we don't really want that now, do we? This is funny. Oh god, I'm being attacked already. No, out of my way, out of my way. Alright, here's how we do this. Here's how we do this. We go into here, and we seek refuge. We break this bed. I'm gonna need... Okay, yeah, no, this isn't gonna work for me because I need to be somewhere where there's not a bunch of slimes about to kill me. Let's go into here. Alright, oh, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna tear down that kid's house. That would be a little bit sad and mean. We take a bunch of wood from here. Okay, kid, out of my face hole. We take this. And essentially, if we get all the wood we can, we just build straight up. And then we build our house up there. And that will stop me from becoming cooked here. I'm How much longer do I have till top of descent anyways? It should be, oh, I'm like 120 out from top of descent. We've got time. We got time, boys. Yeah, sorry. I hope you don't mind me destroying your home. I need this more than you. Sorry. Sorry, buddy.
Cactus 1050.
Oh, that's me.
Contact Washington Center 133.2.
Order Washington 133.2, Cactus 1050. Thank you. 33.2. Hey, Washington Center, good morning, Cactus 1050 with your flight level 380. Oh, I hear slime. God help me.
Cactus 1050, Washington Center, roger.
I feel like I should have maybe made that window a little bit smaller so you guys can... Oh,
Contact Washington
never mind.
Center 121.675.
Order 121.675, Cactus 1050.
Cactus 1050,
Oh.
say altitude.
Okay. Oh, flight level 380 for Cactus 1050. Am I just muttering at this point?
Cactus 1050, Washington Center.
Yep, cool. Awesome. Alright, come on, keep breaking this stuff. We need to build up. Alright, we should be direct to the next waypoint here, which should put me on the Chesley 6 arrival in a second. Hopefully that works. Minecraft is back. Yes, Minecraft is back, and we are chilling here. And that's what we're going to do to pass the time on these across the U.S. flights. Hey, look, the plane's turning. Okay, so if I'm direct GVE, are you going to give me my waypoints, Mr. Fly-by-Wire? Let's see, hold on. Let me go back to the sim here for a second so you guys can see. Alright, let's look back here. Why can't I see... Okay, yep, I just need to reload the thing. Alright, cool. We're direct arrow. Perfect. That's going to work out for me. Alright, let's go back to the sim now. Not to the sim, to Minecraft. You know, gotta do something while we wait, right, guys? Alright. There we go. That's gonna give me 16 on the oak logs. There we go, that's a whole stack there. I'm gonna keep tearing down this kid's home. In fact, you know what I really should do is just make an axe here. Here we go. Alright, go build this. Boom. Boom. Keep in mind, not really a lot of good stone over here. So we're just gonna have to keep doing this. You'll be right back. Yeah, no rush. We've still got like freaking like 20 minutes till top of descent anyways. And we just gotta get rid of these logs here. And basically, I need to think about how we're gonna do this, because I need enough ladders. Yep, and of course we've got TNT now too. I need enough ladders to build up, if that makes sense. Please don't kill me. Yep, stay away. Gotta go quick. Gotta go quick, because this guy's gonna screw me up here in a second. Alright, come on. We hide here for now. Alright, we take this, convert it into logs, get a crap ton of sticks, and with the sticks, where's my crafting table? It should be over here somewhere. With the sticks, we can go ahead. Yeah, it's up here. Why would I put that up there? What was I thinking? Oh, no. Oh, no, we're cooked. Oh, no, he's stupid. Never mind. We're not cooked. We're not cooked yet. All right, we go ahead and plop this over. Come on. Come on. Boom. Ladders. That's 12. That's really not enough. Oh, I can hear him. Oh, Lord, he coming. Oh, Lord, he coming. Out of the way. All right, great. Got 21 of those. That's enough to get me up a little bit. Oh, Lord, he coming, as they say. All right, give me more. Oh, fuck off, you. Give me more of, oh, God. Okay. Yeah, I need more ladders. That's the big thing here that we're going to need. New crafting table that I can actually pick up and move around. More ladders. There we go. Just take all of this, turn it into ladders. There we go. Perfect. That's going to give me something at least. All right, good enough. We build up now. And I need to build up by 39, because that's how many ladders I have. And let's try to go somewhere where I'll actually be able to do that. How about just like right here? All right. Yeah, the golem's going to do his thing. That's going to work out. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, now let's see if I can't...
1050,
Oh, hold
contact
on.
Washington Center 135.4 CU.
135.4 for Cactus 1050. See ya. 135.4. Washington Center, good morning. Cactus 1050, flight level 380. Alright, cool. That's in.
Cactus 1050, Washington
Now,
Center, copy.
I have to do this without dying. So if I get down to the last one here, there we go. Now I can do this. Just crouch. Oh, fuck. No, fuck. Oh, okay. That was clutch. Let's go. Okay, that worked out for me. Wow, I should have been cooked there. Ladder clutch for the win. Holy crap. Yeah, that would have been world over in like the first 5 minutes. Oh my god. Wow. Worked out for me, eh? Alright, cool. Keep going. All the way down here. Keep coming. I got 39 of these, so this should work out for me. Alright, down we go. Boom. Boom. Perfect. 39. We got it working. That's awesome. Alright, you, go away, please. I don't like you. Let's get some more of these. Oh, wait, I can just go ahead and get myself some stone stuff with these. Let's do that. I also have to run to avoid the slime. Oh, come on, come on. Give me a pickaxe. Give me a pickaxe. Cool. Alright, go away. Now, if I get a pickaxe, I can, without hitting that guy... There we go. We're in the Stone Age, boys. Yep, showing now 60 out from top of descent. Okay, so we're actually making good progress here. Then we can start our approach into Charlotte Douglas. You're back. Welcome back, Farron. I'm trying to not get cooked right now, but I think I'm being surrounded. This is not very fun for me. Not a very good day for my kind. Oh, no. Alright, here we go. No, oh! What in the fuck? Down to 1 heart? Okay. Alright, so that didn't quite work out as well as I wanted. Beetroots? I need beetroot stew for that. Fuck. You know what? Sorry, cow. Alright, got some beef there. Okay, run away, run away. So, definitely can't die now. That wouldn't be very good for me. Another cow that way? Or we just take what we have right now. Oh, come on. No, no, no. Go away, go away, go away, you guys. Come on, help me out, Gollum. Help me out, Gollum.
1050, contact Washington Center 127.925.
127.925, Cactus 1050. I like how this is making me talk faster in the sim. 127.725, is that what he said? I think so, right? 127.925, sorry. I lied. 0.925. Washington Center, Cactus 1050, flight level 380.
Cactus 1050, Washington Center.
Alright, we need to actually pause Minecraft for a second because guess what? Well, actually, let me just go up and get food first. Finish this. Oh, no.
Washington Center. Expect Chesley 6, runway 36 right.
Expect Chesley 6 to runway 36 right, Cactus 1050. Alright, cool. So we're going to expect that.
Cactus 1050, verify instructions.
That's literally what I said. Expect the Chesley 6 to runway 36 right, Cactus 1050. If I get hit by one of these guys, and I can't run anymore either. Yeah, we need to go up here. Come on. Up we go. Come on. A little bit higher here. All the way up to the top. I've only got 22 wood left, too. So let's get to the top, build a little platform, cook food, and then yeah, so this will be my safe haven, if you will. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go, and I'll just build this out like this. Keep in mind, if you fall, you die. Alright, cool. Ah, shit, I left my crafting table down there. Alright, new crafting table, and then we're done wasting wood on this. Now, if I just took the cobblestone, there you go, and put it down here, Burn the wood. There we go. That'll work out. And then we can go ahead and brief this arrival into Charlotte Douglas. So far, pretty smooth flight. Nothing too crazy has happened, other than me almost dying in Minecraft, but nothing too horrible on the flight. And then there goes all my wood in a second. There we go. And yeah, I should get fully healed. So yeah, there's your... Oh, and the sun's about to set, so we probably should just stay here, because we don't want any, like, creepers or skeletons to spawn, because, yeah, they'll ignite the TNT, and then the world goes bye-bye. That wouldn't be very fun for us. Alright, there we go. That's what we have. Alright, I'm going to go ahead now and pause Minecraft, and I'll swap this back over to the flight sim here. Oh, there goes Minecraft. Alright, cool. Everybody, we are approaching Charlotte Douglas right now. We're looking at the Chesley 6 arrival. I've already briefed that the waypoints are in properly, so if I just take another quick look here. The ILS for 36 right, localizers 108.9, approach course 003, and 8,300 feet of runway. Looks like if we're taking... Hold on, we'll go back to the showcase cam for a second while I do this. Looks like if we're taking the Chesley 6, that'll put me on, let's see, jet aircraft only, landing for north. We should use the 36 right transition, which I already planned for. Expect runway assignment from Charlotte approach. Jet will descend via Mach number till 280 if unable. Okay, so that's fine. That's basically what we've already read and briefed on. And then just all of these altitude restrictions that should be programmed into the FMC already. So why don't we go back into the cockpit here. And 270 is that first one. Enter descent data. Well, that's what we're going to do right now. So let's put 270 in. And, yeah, I'll wait till we're a little closer, then we'll punch that descent bug on. Now, I believe there's two methods. You can either do an open descent, which is like flight level change mode, or we could just do descent mode, and descent mode should just follow basically a VNAV path down.
Cactus 1050, contact Washington Center 124.05. Have a good day.
What a 124.05 Cactus 690. See ya. 2405. Washington Center, Cactus 1090, flight level 380.
Cactus 1050, Washington Center.
Did I say 1090? Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'll go ahead and surrender my certs right now. Destination data. Let's go ahead and see. The ATIS is on. Charlotte ATIS is, arrival ATIS is 121.15. 121.15. Go ahead and throw that in. 121.15 in.
Information Yankee.
Yeah, it's digital ATIS.
Wind 325 at 10. Visibility
Gonna update in a few minutes too.
New clouds at 25,000. Temperature -0.04.
Charlotte Douglas Airport landing runway 36 right, altimeter 3013.
Roger, expect landing runway 36 right and altimeter 3013 for Cactus 690. Or correction, Cactus 1050. My last flight in the sim was Cactus 690.
Descend via Chesley 6 arrival.
I will descend via the Chesley 6 arrival, 690. Or wow, I suck. Holy crap. Okay, we'll try this again.
Yankee.
We have Yankee. Cool.
Charlotte Douglas Airport information.
There we go, that's descent mode.
1609 Wind 325 at 10.
325 at 10. It's going to update in 10 minutes anyways.
25,000. Temperature -04. Dew point -14. Altimeter 3013.
Why is it descending already? 3013, cool.
Runways 36 left, 36 right.
36 right. And we'll take the Bravo terminal today, by the way, for the arrival.
36 right. Pre-pack I'll hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Yankee.
Cool, we have Yankee, and we probably should check that in another 10 minutes because it updates every hour. Alright, 3015, sorry, it's 3013 on the altimeter. Yeah, nothing really to be too aware of because I already have all the speed restrictions programmed. We're going to maintain the Mach number until 280, and we'll transition over. The airplane should do that on its own. Do not file the Newman transition. That will be assigned by ATC only, yada, yada, yada. If I look at contents 2, that gives me a textual description of this arrival. We'll be landing 36 right from Chesley to track 220, slip-o. And then between 11,000 and flight level 210, it'll be a track of 219 to jam, go. Between 10,000 and 16,000, and we'll track 218 to whiz. That's just a textual description of what we've already read. After EPay, it'll be 183 and expect a vector to final perch. I'm got the ILS to 36 right on standby. I am going to guess they are going to give me... I'm going to guess they'll give me the visual approach to 36 right. Alright, 3013 on the altimeter. Oh, fuck. 3013 set. The temperature was... Oh, fuck, I already... You know what, we're just going to read the text of it. Temperature was -4. Winds are 320 at 10. -4 winds, 320 at 10 knots. Beautiful. And the baro for the minimums will be, let's see, for the ILS it'll be just run approach procedures. Yeah, ILS mins for 36 right. It's going to be a 927. And localizer will be on 1112. So 927 for the baro. And 1112 if it's a localizer. We'll use full flaps for today. Why not? Approach speed of 131. Landing a VREF of 126 we'll plan for. Sound good, guys? Awesome. Cool. And we've got our performance. We've got our numbers. We are big chillin' on this arrival here. I do need to keep an eye on this because it looks like basically every checkpoint here has different altitude restrictions. So that's not going to be very fun for me to have to abide by. But here we are. Why don't we go ahead and pop back into Minecraft for a few minutes on account of we've got basically nothing to do for another 20 minutes as we fly the star. Come on, you. There we go. There's Minecraft. Alright, awesome. So in a second, now can I sleep here without dying? That's the real question. On the account of on the account of me waking up and hopefully not falling off the world. That would be very unfortunate for me. Yep, come on. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, we want to sleep as soon as possible because we don't want monsters to spawn in. Because if they do, I am cooked. Alright, cool. Yep, there we go. Golem's doing his thing. We can do this. Fall a little bit faster. And then I need to start killing things, getting food, and chopping wood. So, the chopping of wood means I'm going to have to basically cannibalize these guys' homes. I probably should have gone back up and created that stone stuff first. Yeah, and after Blue Jay, we can get down to 220, it looks like. Yeah, the plane's following its VNAV path perfectly, so that's good for us. And then I just need to go ahead and get this set up for Myrtle Beach next. Perfect. Let's see, we've got a stone, pickaxe, and... oh, shit, that was all I had? Was for the pickaxe? I'm a fucking idiot. Alright, cool. Cool and good. We'll go back down here and get this set up. Alright, let's go over here. Start to tear apart the stone house here from the inside out. That way, not that moss really helps too much. Le moss. There we go. Start to tear all this shit down. And there should be some sitting around here, right? Oh, that guy's gonna try to kill me in a second. That's not very good. Alright, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna stay there while I finish the job. There we go. Yep, stay back. Good boy. And then we run. Alright, cool. We run until we find a crafting table that I must have thrown down at some point here. Because I don't want to have to keep the... Yep, there's one right there. Perfect. At some point, all of this is going to grow too, by the way. So we should probably build a farm that's elevated too. Again, because we don't want to be near the TNT. Alright, there we go. Got stone tools. Put this away. Now I can start to break all this down too. Not too sure if I'm being a good neighbor to these villagers. I'm probably really not. But you know what? Whatever. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Go away, guys. Go away, slime. Nobody likes you. Come on. There we go. Perfect. I can hear them. I can hear them. Oh my god, there's a whole family. Run. Run. Run, boys. Alright. We'll take... Oh, God, why do you... Okay, I don't want to kill them, though, because that's just going to create a bigger problem. If I take down this tree, I can plant a tree up there, and that'll help me out a lot. Let's do that. Tear down this tree. It'll take a minute for that to go away, but when it does, we'll be okay. Alright, cool. Come on. Fence. Logs. Perfect. That'll be good. Cool. Alright, we'll go for this one next. This should be okay. Come on. Hello, Endeavor. Oh, we're past... Oh, shit! Alright, hold on. We're past our next checkpoint. I need to bring you down to 220. Yep. Maybe we're going to focus on this now. That's open descent. That's okay. We can recapture this. And then we'll focus back on the arrival here into Charlotte.
Cactus 1050. Contact Atlanta Center 128.8. Have a good one.
Over to Atlanta 128.8 Cactus 1090. We'll see ya. I said 1090 again. 128.8. I need to get my shit together here. 28.8. Alright, we're going to close out of Minecraft because it's too distracting right now. And then it'll be 16,000 for this next one. Are we going to eventually recapture that? Maybe yes, no, maybe so. Alright, we're going to close out of that. Minecraft, too distracting. We have to fly this. Alright. MC window, all that's going away. It's so crazy that there's snow all the way down here at Charlotte. What airport is that? Do we know what airport that is? Hold on, if I hit airports, there should be a way. Airport. Oh, GSO Greensboro. We're in North Carolina and there's snow on the ground. That is insane. Wow, okay. Hey, Atlanta Center, Cactus 1050 with you, passing flight level 250, descending via the Chesley 6 arrival.
Cactus 1050, Atlanta Center, copy. Endeavor 4965, contact Atlanta Center.
There we go, only 600 feet high now.
Contact Atlanta Center 125.15.
And remember, 18,000 feet will be set to 1013. Alright, getting ready to intercept. There we go, I'll go ahead and get that out of open descent. Sorry, I was just reading my phone. I got a text from someone, but it was not the student, so guess what? I don't have to deal with it right now. Let's go. Alright, we've captured that. Gonna hold 230. Or at least reduce the descent rate. I should probably turn the seatbelt sign on too. Yeah, sorry guys. Alright, starting that approach now. And once we're getting ready past 10,000, we'll brief the approach. And we'll get going here. How about this? We're going to go ahead and start working the sim volume up a little bit here, since we're done with Minecraft. Let's see. A little bit more here. There we go. 250. How about 30%? That'll be good. That'll be good. Cool. And down to 16,000. That'll work out well for me. Keyword should. Need to get some cinematics here too, because guess what? This video, this is going to go in a video, which means I actually have to think about how I want to do this. Let's go ahead and get rid of the, let's see, if I do this, and get rid of the radar here, the en route standby, there we go. This looks okay, right? Yes, it does. It looks awesome, kind of. Kind of awesome, kind of not. But this should be good for our video that we're going to put together. So I'm thinking of making it a weekly thing, so each week we put out one video on this. And hopefully this will work out for me. Keyword hopefully. Did I pause the music? No, I didn't. But we only have a little bit of it left, actually. I need to make sure autoplay isn't on, because there's a very copyrighted video about to play after this. That wouldn't be very good for me. Oh well. Oh wells. Alright, let's see what we're looking at here. Passing 20,000. I can now bring it down to 13. Oh, not open descent, just descent mode. Alright, down to 13. And yeah, we're passing altitude and speed restrictions, no problem. I'm still on the right frequency, right? Yep, 28.8, cool. And we'll get ready to listen to the ATIS one last time here.
36 left, 36 right. Departing runway 36 center, 36 right. 3 back, I'll hold short instruction. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Yankee.
Alright, we have Yankee still, so this is stupid. Might have to wait a few minutes for it to actually update in the sim. Alright, we'll put 1013 on now. 1013 on the QNH, and it was a 22 on the QNH down here. So when you're reading an ATIS report, if it says, or a METAR I should say, if it says SLP, that's sea level pressure, which is just basically the barometric pressure, but in millibars, so QNH here. Just a fun fact for you guys if you ever need a quick conversion there. Master caution. Ref discrepancy. Oh, sorry guys. Bad pilot. 3013. Great. Awesome. Setup. Let's keep going down to Charlotte here. Yeah, everything's looking good so far. It looks like a good arrival.
Cactus 1050, contact Atlanta Center, tree 315, see you.
Order Atlanta Center 133.15, Cactus 1050, see it. 0.15. Watch them say negative, it's 3315. That's something they'd say. Hey Atlanta Center, good morning, this is Cactus 1090, passing flight level 185 on the Chesley 6 arrival. Get down to 11 now too.
November 110 Sierra, Quebec.
Do I keep seeing 1090? It's Cactus 1050.
Runway 2.
I don't know what my problem is.
Runway 2, November 110 Sierra, Quebec.
I like the U.S. Airways Cup.
Atlanta Center, Roger.
Roger. Cactus 1050. Alright, we'll start the level off here. No, we're not starting to level off. I don't know why I thought it was going to do that. I guess it's going to try to bleed the speed off. We should be at 250 at this point. Hey, look, you can see Charlotte on the radio, so we're only on the radar, so we're only 40 miles out. Or on the ND, it's not a radar. You guys know what I mean. So, yeah, we're pretty darn close now. We're making progress slowly but surely.
1671, good day, flight level 240. Rouge 1671, Atlanta Center, radar contact.
There we go. Gonna go ahead and maybe give you guys a cinematic that looks like this. There you go. There she is. U.S. Airways returns, everybody. Le return of U.S. Airways. Very beautiful thing here. Thank you, Cactus. And once we're done here, we're actually getting ready to pass that 10,000 point. We can set 10,000 now. Looks like, right? Yep, 10,000 or above, so that's our minimum. There you go, good airplane. And we'll start to brief this approach. We'll call it a day. No, we won't call it a day. We have to keep going to Myrtle Beach, which is pretty far away. Actually, no, it's not. It's like literally a 50-minute flight. I already have it. It's going to be flight American 892 is going to be up next. So 892, all the way from Philly to, all the way from, not Philly, from Charlotte to Myrtle Beach should be like a 50-minute flight. In the A320 as well, so it should be pretty easy. And then after, what, 2 hour, it's an hour 42-minute flight, but basically 2 hours, we have the first of 50 states knocked off the list. This is going to be a little painful. That's okay. That's okay, because they're not all going to be live streamed, so I'm going to get a chance to go about and do other things, watch some YouTube. 50 flights, that's going to be a lot, but that's okay. It's going to be a cool video at the end, right, guys? Alright. There we go. Slowly creeping down to 10. I wonder if I can get a Spirit livery for this, if I can. We should be on Charlotte approach here in a second, too. We should look that up. Can I get a Spirit livery for FlyByWire A320? Hold on. FlyByWire A320neo liveries. It's so tricky because you have to test them out beforehand. They don't all work.
Cactus 1050. Contact Charlotte approach 128.325.
128.325. Cactus 1050. See it. 0.325. Hey Brandon, welcome back. You're just in time. We're on the approach now. .325. Hey, Charlotte approach. This is Cactus 1050, passing 13,000, descending via the Chesley 6 arrival.
Cactus 1050, Charlotte approach. Altimeter tree 01 tree, expect the visual approach,
There we
runway
go.
36 right.
We'll expect the visual to runway 36 right, Cactus 1050. I should make sure that this is not playing anything copyrighted. It's not. Okay, I'm going to reset the music, actually.
American 17.
In fact, actually, we should stop it. We're already almost there. So sim volume going to 60 now. Turn beyond ATC up a little bit. All right, let's start to brief this approach.
American 1717, cleared visual approach, runway
All right, passing
36
13,000 feet. Let's go ahead and brief the approach. It's the visual, but it's going to be backed up by the ILS to runway. What is it called? 30. Yeah, 30 right.
118.1 CU.
Sorry, 36 right, not 30. All right, so from this, in fact, I should probably share my whole screen for a second. Monitor capture. There we go. Oh, nope, that just turned everything off. Sorry. All right, we're taking the ILS to 36 right. 108.9 is on the localizer frequency. Should be automatically tuned for us, and a 1003 on the approach course. 8,300 feet of runway. Let's go ahead and use an auto brakes of medium. See if we can't take Romeo, because when I check the airport diagram, it looks like that'll work out for us. Take Romeo straight to the terminal. Missed approach, we up to 1320. Climbing right turn to 4,000, so put 4,000 from this approach altitude. ATIS is obtained. We have Yankee. Let's see if it's changed since then.
04, 2.914, altimeter 3013, landing runway 36 left, 36 right, departing runway 36 center, 36 right, repack
Arriving 36 right.
instruction. Advise on initial contact, you have information Yankee.
And we have Yankee still. Okay, cool. So that'll be the last time we check that unless they tell us to otherwise. Continuing with the approach briefing. 1320 and then climb to 4,000 feet right turn for the missed approach. We already briefed these altitudes. 2,500 for the final approach fix. ILS minimums 927, so we set that for our visual minimums too, even though we know it's kind of stupid. Basically, if we're unstable at that point, we're going to go missed. Localizer will be 1120. All right, that should be it then. With the numbers, cool. We have Yankee right now.
American 1476, Charlotte approach.
And I've already got my reference speed. It'll be 121 for the approach, 126 for landing speed. So if we add 5 to that, it'll be like a 136. And that looks like the Charlotte airport. Have to warn you guys, I don't have scenery for Charlotte. I'm broke. Which means the scenery is going to look pretty bad. So I do apologize in advance for that. That's kind of how it is. But there's Charlotte, which means we're about to make our first landing here in North Carolina. And of course, afterwards, we got to go ahead and swap airplanes. We got to take American Airlines over to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And that should be like a 50-minute flight. And let me check my phone one more time before I do that.
All aircraft be advised, information Zulu now correct.
Oh, of course.
Altimeter 3012.
All right, 3012 is our new altimeter. Passing 10,000 feet now. I'm going to go ahead and put landing lights on. Landing light on. Seatbelt sign's already on. And speed's already below 250 because this is being managed by the autopilot. We can set, what, 6,000 now?
1050, descend, maintain 4,000.
perfect.
Altimeter 3012.
So maintain 4,000, 3012 on the altimeter, Cactus 690. Did I say 690 again? God dang it, 1050.
Negative, descend, maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000, Cactus 1050. I am the worst, guys. I'm sorry. All right, first notch of flaps coming in for the speed there. And landing lights on, speed brake's gonna go to armed. We've briefed the cabin, we're good to go here. And we're now passing 10,000. Look at that, we're already at Charlotte here. It's kind of nice having these V-speeds here. So this is just slats extended. And then if I get a little bit slower here, man, my feet are freezing. It's very cold out where I live, and the heat is on low right now in my apartment. So I'm going to complain a little bit about that. And then, yeah, so we're descending at 4,000. I might put this in open descent mode, honestly. Let's do that, because they're probably going to vector me pretty tight. No one beyond ATC. Oh, wait, that was a regular descent mode. There you go. Open descent. It's going to bring throttles to idle. Perfect. Seatbelts on. Lights are set. Yeah, everything's good to go. Florida, currently it's 30 degrees. Yeah, no, I know. It's supposed to be, and Fahrenheit, it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit is going to be 0 Celsius. Yeah, it's freezing down there in Florida. In New York right now, it's 0. Actually, I think it went up to like 10, but still, that's not very good. It's really cold this morning. I was absolutely miserable waking up.
Charlotte approach, American 2287, 13,800, we have Zulu.
See if I can't just get a decent view here just with this.
American 2287, Charlotte approach, altimeter 3012, expect the visual approach, runway 36 right.
You'd think us New Yorkers would be used to the cold, and we kind of are, but it's freaking cold, man. We had a couple days the other week where it was -10. That was not very fun.
1050, leave Epe heading 190, expect radar vectors for visual approach, runway 36 right.
Leave Epe heading 190, Cactus 1050.
American 1476.
There we go, perfect. So 190. By the way, I've realized recently you don't need to read back what we expect. We only have to read back the instruction there, which I really should have known before. I don't know why I didn't. I had an IFR checkout the other day in real life.
Cactus 1050, fly present heading.
Okay.
Descend and maintain 3,600 vectors for the approach.
Fly present heading, descend and maintain 3,600, Cactus 1050. Yeah, I had an IFR checkout for the flight school, and it went well. It went well. That was just the only couple minor things, were just radio things like that I got grilled on. Fair enough. Also, when I was checking in on tower, I forgot to use my full call sign. I know. I just shortened it to 92 November. It should have been the full, complete call sign there. It's a minor thing, but still. So we can get ready to activate this approach once we're actually on final here, but he needs to vector me out a little bit.
1050, turn right, heading 305, intercept the 36 right localizer.
Right turn 305, intercept the 36 right localizer, Cactus 1050. So 305, yep, there you go, holding down and scrolling helps. 305, intercept the localizer. We need to descend faster than this. Let's put the second notch in. Oh, that is too fast. I thought... Okay, I'm going to retract that. And we're going to manage to speed ourselves down to 180. Got it. I thought that would be okay. Turns out it wasn't. Okay, throttle's idle. Let's put some speed brakes out. There we go. Go full. There, really drop it. Landing system on. And next notch coming in. I know. Grill me, guys. Alright, 180. Hey, look, we're pretty much right on the glide. That's kind of nice. And this is a really steep
airport is at your 2 o'clock 13 miles.
approach.
Report the field in sight.
We have the field in sight. Cactus 1050. It's over there.
Cactus 1050, cleared visual approach, runway 36 right.
Clear for the visual approach, runway 36 right, Cactus 1050. Perfect. Alright, we'll put tower on standby now. Tower will be on a... for 36 right, it'll be 18-1. Great. Alright, perfect. What'd you say there? Not sure if it's modeled, I doubt it, but the landing lights can actually be used for drag. Oh, no kidding. Known as photo brakes. No kidding. Photon brakes. Oh, that's funny. That's actually really funny. Hopefully this localizer should capture in a second. So if I hit loc on, yeah, that's going to start to turn inbound. Cool. And I've intercepted the localizer. I don't have to do that because it's a visual approach, but I'm going to anyways. Where do I go to activate this approach? Isn't it? Yeah, activate approach phase. confirm activation. And now that, I think if I had the plane just on complete autopilot, it would start to slow down to that VREF. So let's go ahead and start to do that. I'm happy with it the way it is.
Leave shield heading 045, expect radar vectors for visual approach.
And once we're 1 dot above, I'm going to go ahead and bring gear down and flaps. Look, you can see the runway, perfect.
045, expect radar vectors for visual approach.
Lights are on, everything's good. What do I have? Speed brake's still out. Okay, thanks for that reminder.
Cactus 1050, contact Charlotte Tower 118.1.
Over tower 118.1, Cactus 1050. Alright, great. And we've got approach mode on armed. And that's 1 above. Gear's coming down. Contact tower 18.1.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
At Charlotte Tower, Cactus 1050 with you on the visual to runway 36 right.
Cactus 1050, Charlotte Tower, wind 335 at 12 gusts, 19 at runway 36 right, cleared to land.
36 right, clear to land, Cactus 1050. Alright, perfect. We're reduced now to that 136 for approach plus 5. VREF is a 126. Next notch of flaps coming in. And we'll go full flaps now. Alright, we're clear to land. Auto brakes armed, speed brakes armed. Flaps are set, gear is down 3 green. And all the lights here are on. Great. And flight attendants will be told to be seated for landing. Missed approach will be up to 4,000 on standby. Beautiful. And let's just check since I have a second here. Ground frequency is going to be on Charlotte ground for the west side of the airport. Sorry, we're on the east side. It'll be 21.9. 21.9, parking at gate Bravo 1 today. 21.9, please. I know I have a second here, so that's why I'm heads down. Come on, just go to the stupid thing. There we go. Let's look at the landing. Yeah, you're going to see the landing. Keep in mind, not very proficient with the Airbus, but yeah, we'll give it a shot. All right, we're past 2,000. We're in complete visual conditions. I'm going to start hand flying it. Just so I can get a sense of this thing. So auto throttle off, and I'll just start flying it myself. Just so I can get a sense of this thing here. What'd you say? Just a tip for the Airbus, begin slightly 30 feet, and then idle at retard. All right, sounds good.
Traffic.
All right, we've got traffic at our, plus 1100 right above us. Okay, keep an eye on that. Slow down a little bit here. Okay, we've got an RA. That's, I don't know. Oh yeah, there's traffic. Yeah, right there. Good job, ATC. Look at him go. It's an Embraer. Wow, that's funny. Clear of conflict. Cool. Traffic's in sight, and now no factor. Cool. A little bit low there. Give it some power. God, I'm getting all the alerts in the freaking world right now. Come on, a little slow. Add some power. A little slow and a little low. This is where they'd be saying, hey, unstable approach, go around, but I think I can fix this one. I know that's not what you'd say in real life, but... Oh, man, this thing is slow. Okay, no, not that much power. Jesus. Come on. Slow her down. Yeah, this is looking a little unstable, but it's... Alright, come on.
1,000.
Maybe if I just fly the flight director a little better, that might help out. Alright, give us some power here. These engines just take a hot second to spool up. I'm getting all the alerts in the world right now, and that RA didn't help. Please move the throttle lever. Oh, I thought the auto throttle was already off. Probably the RA. Oh well. Or just me moving the throttles too much. 27 for the minimums. Oh, a little bit high there. Come on. Bring her down. I'm a little fast too. Come on, a little bit less. Pitch up now. Capture that. A little bit better. There we go. This is okay. It's definitely a little gusty though. Can't lie there. This is probably going to float a little bit. That's okay. I've got 8,000 feet.
100
Come
above.
on, a little bit low there. I'm just keep my throttles where they are. This seems to be working out. Just a little bit low, but okay. I've got the runway made anyways.
Minimum.
Landing. Gears down 3 green. Flaps are set. Cool. All right, a little bit of crosswind here, so I'm going to work that in. Oh, a little bit slow too. Give us some power. And This looks good so far. A little bit slow still.
40, 30.
Alright, pitch up a little bit. Retard out, all the way out. Jesus Christ, this thing is not gonna... come on, a little bit up. Oh my god. Okay, we're down. Oh, watch the nose. A little bit of a bounce. Alright. Ailerons into the wind there. Alright, reversers are coming out. Okay, not the prettiest. Jesus. Alright, and idle reverse.
Next available taxiway.
Yeah, we'll exit next available, Cactus 1050. Are my auto brakes going to come off or what? Well, yeah, that was a little bit all over the place there. Alright, we'll contact ground here. It is breezy though, to be fair. Oh, come on, stop the freaking turn. Alright, there we go. Alright, we'll stop it here.
Contact ground 121.8.
Ground 121.8, Cactus 1050. Alright, we'll stop it here. Flaps up. I can already tell I'm about to get grilled. Yeah. Yeah, I think I came in a little bit... It was weird. It was either too fast or too slow. Maybe I should have just left the autopilot on for longer. What do you guys think? Autopilot on for a little bit longer. Flaps up, speed brakes retracted. Lights set. And maybe that would have made me a little more stable. That was the modeling fault. That should have been fine when you flared. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
Exec Jet 563, Charlotte ground.
And we'll get that APU on. Okay, cool. Well, you know what? We're on the ground safely. That's what matters. And let's get the airport diagram out too. Field diagram. There we go. And ground Cactus 1050, looking at taxi to gate Bravo 1.
Cactus 1050, welcome to Charlotte Douglas.
Charlotte.
Bravo 1 taxi via Charlie. 8 Charlie, Golf, Alpha, Alpha 4. Hold short, runway 5.
Charlie, what the hell? Okay, I'm just going to auto-read that back. Those taxiways don't make sense. I'm looking at the instructions here.
Hold short, runway 5, Cactus 1050.
So they're saying Charlie...
American 2033.
We're just going to take Charlie to whatever taxiway. I think it was Alpha.
Continue taxi via
Yeah, Alpha. Charlie to Alpha to Alpha 4. So we take Charlie to Alpha 4. That's the game plan, okay? Alright, let's get out of here, guys. Maybe you were going a little bit fast, but that was totally fine. Yeah, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was sitting there like, what the hell was... what the hell was that? Alright, are my brakes off? Okay, yeah, now they are. Cool. Yeah, but also it was a little windy. Alright, Charlie to Alpha.
Exec 563, request taxi to the active.
Yep, Charlie to Alpha. Is this Alpha here? I think this is Alpha here.
563, runway tree.
Alright, and then we'll get this next flight set up.
Delta 1.
And there is going to have to be a swap of airplanes here. So I'll try to keep this one kind of quick. And Bravo 1's going to be this terminal here. So, fun fact, I've been on this flight in real life, not US Airways, it was American. And we parked at gate Bravo, I think it was Bravo 3, and the gate next to it is Bravo 1. Yeah, I guess we're going to take Alpha here. Yeah, this is Golf, and then we take Alpha to Alpha 4. Okay, that makes more sense, but then they say hold short of a runway, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? Yeah, so my flight into Charlotte was at gate Bravo 1, and my next flight to Albany was at the gate right next to it. So I have a photo of my two planes parked right next to each other. So yeah, that's why we're always going to park there. And my last flight out of Charlotte was supposed to be out of the exact same gate, and guess what? Got canceled because of the storm. Oh well. This flight in real life got canceled too, by the way. So there, blame Charlotte. Should probably get rid of these things and get the APU fired up too. Yep, everything's looking good though. We'll go ahead and get our next flight to Myrtle Beach set up in a second. It'll be American Airlines this time, since we've used the Cactus bird once, the Cactus 320. And I don't think Cactus flew mainline to Myrtle. I have been on that flight, by the way, in real life to Myrtle. In real life, and that was in an A320. It was so funny because I was really sick. Alright, here's Alpha 4. Are they going to give me clearance to cross this non-existent runway?
Exec Jet 563, Contact Charlotte Tower 118.1.
Let's see if they're going to give me clearance.
Contact Tower 118.
I'll hold here for them, just to see.
Have a good day.
Hopefully they're going to call.
Cactus 1050.
There we go.
Cross runway 5 at Alpha 4. Continue taxi via Alpha 4 Bravo, Foxtrot.
Crossing runway 5 at Alpha 4, continue taxi via Alpha 4 Bravo Foxtrot, Cactus 1050. Be back in 5 minutes. Yeah, no worries. We're gonna. That's probably the amount of time it's gonna take to get the next flight loaded up, anyways.
Taxi via Romeo, Alpha 4. Hold short runway 5.
All right, and then Bravo is. Oh, it's in here. Yeah, we're gonna park right in here. Oh my God, somebody else took my gate. God dang it. Oh well. That's fine. All right, turnoffs can come off. APU's on, so that'll be good there, and none of the generators are off. We can turn the APU bleed on too, so that the passengers have some heat. And then we'll shut the plane down, and we'll load up the next flight here. Come on, slow down a little bit more here. And we'll park it right over here where they would in real life. That was a strange landing. Yeah, I know. It was, yeah. I know. It was, Farron, are you like 5 minutes behind? That happened a few minutes ago. Yeah, that was, yeah. It was, yeah. It was like, I mean, part of it was the wind, part of it was the airplane. I think part of it was me going too fast there. But we're on the ground safely, so... that's really what matters there. Alright, well I guess I'm going to use this gate here.
American
Maybe right here will work.
Cross runway 5 at
yeah, I don't know.
Continue
I don't know, Chief.
Alpha 4 Bravo, Foxtrot.
There we go. Actually, wait, no, I think Alpha 1's going to be all the way at the end here. I think we might still have our gate. Let's do that, guys. Yeah, there's Alpha 1 all the way at the end. Or sorry, Bravo 1. So here's our plane. This is the next plane we're going to take, right here. Sitting right here perfectly. That's gonna work out for us. Awesome. Yep, because there's a little like elevator right here, or like not an elevator, but like a people mover that you can stand on. Oh, I guess this is Bravo 2. I don't know. Whatever. And yeah, maybe it's 2 and 4 is how this is. I don't remember honestly. And yeah, you can just take a photo of the planes. I have photos of them still, but let's focus on getting this next flight set up here. All right, park and brake set. We're gonna kill the fuel selectors, or whatever you call them on this airplane. Beacons off, taxi lights off. Everything's good to go here. And we'll go down here and say, okay, go to sim brief. No, I forgot to comment. You're all good, man. All right. We what's the word I'm looking for here? We're gonna go ahead and load up services, get the jet bridge. There we go. Perfect. Now I've got my park and brake set. Fuel selectors are off, and let me start to work this crap off. Yeah, the IRS is off. Seatbelt sign should already be off. Did I do that? Nope, I didn't. Well, now it is. Perfect. All right, everybody, welcome to Charlotte. We are going to go ahead and start to shut this airplane down. We'll leave the APU on for now. Why not? We'll let maintenance handle it from here. And I'm going to close out this flight on Sim Toolkit Pro, and we're going to load up this one. So this is perfect, actually. We are next going to be taking American A320neo service from Charlotte over to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So we've already knocked off North Carolina. That's 1 out of 50. And next I need to go ahead and get this over to, and next I need to go ahead and get, what's the word I'm looking for? The flight plan just hooked up, airplane turned on and everything. Let's go ahead and do a quick cinematic here, actually, for the sake of the video that I want to make here. There we go. So because I want to turn this into a video, I gotta worry about these cinematics. And I don't know if I just slow this down a little bit. Come on, it will be showcase camera speed of like 20. Oh, it doesn't matter anyways. Okay, whatever. We got one good cinematic in. Let's go ahead and close out of this So Sim Toolkit Pro, flight summary complete. And now we are going to close out of Beyond ATC. I'm going to make you guys look for a second at the placeholder. Sorry about that. And make sure the rest of the flight, we can leave everything else on. That's fine for now. And I'm going to go ahead and end the flight to load up the next plane. And I'll try to just get turned on real quick to simulate that we're doing a turnaround here. And I just need to review the flight plan. That'll be it there. 400 Alpha November. I believe this is an A321neo in real life, but shut up. I'm just kidding. All right, there we go. Gate Bravo 4. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, good. Close enough. Live. Start flight. I might turn the traffic level up a little bit. It seems like right now traffic is a little bit more tame than it was last time I flew out of Logan. Come on, load faster. You got this. Maybe while it does that, I can start to grab my next flight plan here. So, flight schedule, American 892, fly now. We'll be off. Yeah, we'll be off by 1800 Zulu. 892, direct to Myrtle, that looks good. American Airlines, AAL, 892. Perfect. I feel like I've flown that flight number before. Maybe that was the exact flight. That'd be funny. The real question, will the sim load? Hopefully. I hope so. that would be kind of unfortunate if it doesn't. Don't hit fly now, though, because I need to, you know, do the things. Come on, come on. Come on, you. If I hit back... Oh, I didn't hit start flight? What? Oh yeah, it is loading. It's just going to take a few minutes, I guess. Okay, that's fine. A320 or A321neo or not, we don't care. Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured. All right, guess what? Guess what, everybody? What the hell happened to the visibility here? It is, like, completely foggy. Here, let me just hop in real quick. Give me 1 second. You guys don't see anything. Nothing. Totally not just speed. What the flip happened to my cup texture? I got a rainbow cup. Oh wow! And I've got the flight already loaded up. That's perfect. Charlotte to Myrtle. I'll load Beyond ATC. I'll get the dispatch hooked up. Yep, you guys don't see anything. Nothing going on. Services. Jet bridge. Yep, that's going to move up. And the ground power is hooked up. I'm going to go ahead. I'll show you guys in a second. I know you can't see it yet. So I'm going to go, let's see, make sure throttle's idle. They are at idle, right? Okay, now they are. And gears down. Everything's good there. External power, batteries 1 and 2 on. There we go. Totally not setting anything up right now. Lights orange. IRS is going to nav mode. Alright, perfect. Is that really as close as that jet bridge is going to get? Wow, okay, hold on. Time for the big reveal in a second of what I'm dealing with. Let me just make sure the weather is... it's set to live. Okay, I guess maybe it genuinely is just freezing right now. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are in Microsoft Flight Simulator on American Airlines flight American 892. As you can see, the jet bridge didn't quite extend all the way, so we'll just say passengers are going to have to make the jump, guys. That's how this is going to work. Hey, Brandon, welcome back. You're just in time. Passengers are going to have to make the jump onto our new airplane. Is this, if I hit go fly, is this going to work? Should.
Beyond ATC.
Yeah, they'll make the jump. Don't worry, guys. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. But we're connected to ground power. And hopefully Beyond ATC should finish loading in a second. And then we'll have traffic. In the meantime... Yep, yo, Brandon, welcome back, welcome back. Alright, in the meantime... Is this going to work or not? I don't know. Hold on, I need to go ahead and hit fly now. There we go. Says we're in now, American 892. Perfect. Perfect. Gonna hit fly now. Perfect. And let's see what our OFP says. So if I hop on board, that makes me think of Lufthansa Red Bull ad from 90 years ago. From 9 years ago. Dude, that I'm not familiar with that ad. I might have to check this out later. Okay. Are we gonna get okay. Are we gonna get the someone named Paul something Mystify? Oh, actually, I think I have heard of this. Yeah, and the guy like is doing parkour through the airport. Are we thinking of the same thing here? All right, I'm gonna open up the APU flap so we can get that turned on here. Or hopefully we get heat on the windscreen because fun fact, this is a little bit. My English. No, you're good. You're good. Don't worry. Yeah, are we gonna get heat on the windshield here? Anti-ice, wing, engine, probe and heat. Yeah, yes, sir. Okay, okay, cool, cool. That ad indeed, cool. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's go ahead and review this. And this is the multicolored cup that I was telling you about. Yeah, that's okay. All right, we're going to be 9.2 on the fuel today for a 43-minute flight. This is going to be so easy. Queen 5 departure, unjam, and then direct Myrtle to runway 36. 140 passengers aboard. Fuel is going to be a 9.2. Takeoff. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and make sure that's all on board in a second. Cruising at 190 and a Mach of a 0.62. Let's keep going here. And we're looking at, let's see, does it tell me what I should be doing here? Flaps 1, runway 36 right, we're going to plan for today. Q&A 012. Okay, that works out for me. And, let's see, out of Charlotte, winds 330, gust in 19 now, so yeah, I did pick up a little bit. Myrtle's going to be a 310 at 21. Temperature -3, -9. Some textures got in the cup. Yeah, something got screwed up here. And clear skies, so this should be a pretty easy flight. Winds out of the north today at Myrtle. If I review here, I'll share my whole screen for 1 second here. If I reviewed the whole monitor, or we'll look at the arrival charts, just make sure the ILS to 36 right should be good. Or sorry, just 36 for Myrtle. Yeah, if we plan for via CATCHA, I'm guessing it's going to be a radar. Yeah, radar required. That's why it's an intermediate fix only. So, because they're going to give us a vector to intercept, so we know we're going to get vectors to final. I don't even see any procedure turned on here anyways. So radar will be required, missed approach up to 3,000, heading 357. Expect a radar vector to Kuki, interception and hold. All right, cool, that sounds good. So all I have to do is worry about my departure then here. If we're taking 36 right, it'll be the, let's see, departure procedure, Queen 5, departure. Of course, there's 2 contents to it. All this has to be as complicated as possible. 003 on the head into 1260, and then a right turn out. I'm guessing radar vector, turbojets only, transponder code will be issued via PDC. I don't think we're going to get PDC today because it's beyond ATC. Maintain 250, and then after 10,000, 280. Okay, cool. And then no heading or altitude restrictions all the way to Pitru. And then, let's see, contents number 2 for Queen 5. Or just page 2, whatever. Textual description 003. Spectre radar vector to Humpy. Is that really how you pronounce that? Humpy? Humpy. 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 Okay. Well, that's a name. Alright, expect final altitude within 10 minutes of departure. Okay, so this is actually pretty easy. Let's go ahead and get this going here. And I'm not going to review the NOTAMs right now. Do we even have the... Yeah, there you go. It's going to be a tailwind the whole way, so that's probably why it's only a 42-minute flight. Okay, I'd like for my... yeah, let me go get the APU started up. Maybe that'll... If I get the bleed on, maybe that'll help with the... Maybe that's how the windshield heat works on this airplane. I'm not 100% sure, guys, because I am not very good at the Airbus. Sorry. Alright, yeah, Brandon, if you know how we're getting rid of this, let me know. That would be very kind of you. Alright, but no rush, obviously. Let's see. We've got jet bridge is connected. Your ground power card's connected. And once the APU is ready, we'll swap over there. Import sim brief data. Don't do. Yeah, this is already the latest sim brief data, so we're good there. I need to hit fuel. That's what I need to do. 2 minutes to load the 9200. Okay, cool, good. And the payload is 140, 12.8. And honestly, if it's going to be 12 minutes to board, I say we just start that now, especially once this APU is on. Yep, APU is available. We're going to turn the APU bleed on. And hopefully that'll get things warmed up here. Keyword hopefully. And I'm going to go ahead now and start the process here of loading passengers. Great, cool and good. And get rid of the GPS primary here. And there's the boarding music. Awesome. All right, in it, we're going to go, and there's, I think you could hear the music. I love that. CLT Charlie Lima Tango. Where's the L? There it is. T2 KMYR Myrtle. Yep, and it'll be American Airlines flight 892. And let's just see from this here. Cessna X-55. Yeah, this plane is so much easier to set up than the Boeing. That's one thing I like about this. Very chill and easy to set up here. I think the APU bleed might have to take care of the problem. Probe heat is pretty much automatic. Yeah, I was gonna say because the probe and also probe heat shouldn't really take care of the windscreen, right? The probe heat's just for the pitot tube, I would imagine, or the static port, right? So yeah, okay, we'll just leave the APU bleed on and hope that does its thing. Temperature at top of climb will be minus 34. So 190/-34. And next page for the weights, the zero fuel weight is going to be that 128 for 33.5. 128 33.5. Perfect. And block fuel will be 92, or sorry, 9.2 I should put in. All right, 9.2 is in. Perfect. And now I'm going to go next page. IRS init winds and temperatures we need to put in. I need to request for climb. I need to request for cruise. I need to request for descent. At least I think that's what you're supposed to do on this airplane. All right, cool. Flight plan, Charlotte. Out of Charlotte, we're planning for 36 right. There we go, 36 right. And there's the ILS that we just took in here via the Queen, so Queen 5. And there should be unjam transition, right? Isn't that what we're doing? Yeah, unjam transition, perfect. And if I go back to here, you don't even see it on the map. I don't even see unjam on the map, but I guess there's a transition for it, and that's what we're via. So, yeah, we'll take that. Insert. All right, cool. And that'll be that 003 up to 1260, and then right turn 025, and then we'll expect the vector back around to Humpy. That's certainly a name. All right. Verify Humpy, top of climb, Queen, unjam. Oh, and then we're taking the unjam transition and then direct to Myrtle, and for Myrtle, it's going to be the ILS to runway, ILS to 36 via, yeah, no star for obvious reasons. I don't even think there's an approach via available, so we'll just hit insert, make sure that looks good, and we've already got this ready to go here, so let's go ahead and make sure these are good to go. Constraints, plan, zoom out a little bit more here. Perfect. It's going to be, yep, there's the 125 head in, and then the right turn to Humpy, Queen, unjam. And then our clearance limit is going to take us to MYR, direct from unjam to MYR. So we're going to plan for, right, I don't think there's any more points in on our flight plan, right? Just verify real quick before I do something stupid. Yeah, unjam, then direct Myrtle. So that's our clearance limit. So we're going to put direct Myrtle, and then they'll eventually give us vectors, probably for the visual, but we've got the ILS on standby anyways. And there you go. We're going to say, yeah, that's already executed. Perfect. And now, no more discontinuities until that. So that's good. Oh, and there's a discontinuity from the vector, but we'll deal with that later. All right, perfect. Let's go to the perf init page now. Let's see, 18,000. They said flaps of 1 and a flex of, what's my flex temp again? Sorry, I'm so scattered right now. All right, flex is going to be 67, they say. Okay, with bleeds on. And we'll do up 1.0 because that's just what I always do, and I've never had problems with that. Flex 6.7. And there's your V-speeds. We're going to go and punch in from the calculator here. Fill data from the OFB. Make sure we like that. 1 flex anti-ice off is good with me. And I'll calculate 136, 130. All of them are 136. V1, VR, V2, 136. That should be the easiest thing ever. V1, VR, V2, 136. Not sure how realistic that is. Punch this in. They're saying 0.78. Oh, and then the approach will be the, we'll have to put that in once we're en route. Cool. All right, everybody. We've reviewed that. Let's get our ATIS and the clearance here. So the ATIS is going to be on, for departure, Charlotte ATIS on 32.1, since it's a departure frequency. 32.1, come on. 32.1, perfect. And we'll grab that, then we'll get our departure clearance, and we'll get out of here.
Left 34 Zulu. Left 335 and 12. Gust 19.
I need to turn that up a little bit.
Clouds
Come on, there we go, that's better.
Temperature -03. Dew point -14. Altimeter 3012.
3012
Landing
still.
runway 36 left, 36 right. Departing runway 36 center, 36 right. Advise on
36
initial
right for
contact
departure,
and
hopefully.
Information Zulu.
And we have Zulu. Same as before, that's nice.
Charlotte Douglas Airport information Zulu. 1734 Zulu. Wind 335 at 12.
335 at 12.
Visibility 10. New clouds at 25,000. Temperature -03.
All right, cool, we got that. And for departure, we're taking, let's see, the departure clearance is going to be on 2715. Wait, isn't that the same frequency it was on? Wait, that was our Albany departure frequency. Yeah, departure was on 2715 out of Albany. All right, 27.15. All right, let's give them a shout here. I'll get my notepad up. All right. Charlotte clearance, American 892 with information Zulu, looking to pick up IFR to Myrtle Beach.
American 892 Charlotte clearance. Thanks for Zulu cleared to Myrtle Beach Airport. Queen 5 departure. Unjam transition in this file. Maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency 124.0. Squawk 4505.
04505. Clear to Myrtle Beach, Queen 5 departure, unjam transition, then is filed, climb maintain 5,000, departure frequencies on a 124.0, and squawk 4505, American 892.
American 892, read back correct. Contact ground 121.8 when ready for push or start.
Ground on a 121.8 when ready for push and start, Cactus 892. Did I say Cactus? 21.8, and tower will be, yes, I did say Cactus. Sorry guys, I will confess my sins there. All right, and let's see, tower on for 36 right is an 18.1. Cool, so we'll put that on standby. And I've got my departure frequency ready to go, 18.1. For tower, come on, turn. So if I do this, yep, there we go, that goes faster. Awesome. Now, if I put, let's see, what's going to be I like that they actually kept how my things were before. 4505 TARA. I didn't need to flip that around. Set on. All right, awesome. All that's set up, and 5,000 for that initial altitude. Really hope that this goes away here soon. The APU bleeds on, right? Yeah, and if I turn the external power off? Yeah, I don't know, Chief.
American 27
Not 100% sure.
Contact Charlotte Tower 126.4.
Alright. How much longer do we have for boarding here? It's gonna be 2 minutes. Okay, that's pretty good. Here's what I'm gonna do. We've only got 2 minutes, so we kind of have to get going here. 3012 set. We've got 136 for basically all our V speeds here. Fuel's almost on board. Load's almost on board. I think we're good to go, guys. So it's going to be departing Charlotte here. Queen 5, that 125 heading, right turn. I really hope this clears up here. Yeah, it shouldn't be the PAX, right? You'd think it would just be the bleed. Is it possible to turn the temperatures up a little bit? Let me just make sure of something real quick before we get going here. Here, let me go ahead and just share the flight sim so you guys don't have to look at this. Fly-by-wire. Just want to make sure we're on the right track here. A320neo. Windshield, anti-ice. Very nice protections. The aircraft uses electrical heating for the windshield and demisting 2 independent window control heats. This is for, well, not always prevent ice from forming on them. This consequence of MSFS behavior. Hold on. It says there's a bug here. Icing occurs with anti-ice turned on as a consequence that even with auto probe and windshield heat on, it will not always prevent ice from forming on the windshield or pitot tube. The ice should melt fairly quickly. The windshield can still freeze over, and you can still lose airspeed information if the ice is severe enough. No. Same goes for wing and anti-ice. Turn them on before you actually prevent ice. Okay. All it says is give it time, so I think that's what we have to do. Okay, cool. We've got everything set up here. We've got the heading set up, bug set.
Boarding completed.
There we go, boarding's complete, perfect. And we'll call ready for push and start. So altitude set. Yeah, I think we're good to go, perfect. I'll set you to the engines and we'll get our pushback clearance out of here. Yeah, hopefully this dissipates quickly, and hopefully that the airspeed actually comes alive. Otherwise, we're going to have to reject the takeoff and figure out what to do. It's so weird. It's, anti-ice is on. What if I turn the probe heat on now?
On behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer.
I mean, it shouldn't really make a difference, because by default it's on auto.
We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to see final numbers from the ground.
Oh, weird.
Be on our way.
I'm going to turn it on. Oh, wow, that did it. What? Okay, I don't know if that was coincidence or what, but whatever. Let's go ahead and disconnect the jet bridge. And let's get the hell out of here, everybody.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. We'll be flight 890 service, or 892 service to Myrtle Beach. All right. Yeah, hopefully it goes. Yeah, hopefully it stays away. All right, we're gonna go services. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect the jet bridge. I'm on APU power, right? Yep, perfect. So I can disconnect the GPU, and we'll get the tow up. So before I forget, also seatbelt signs coming on, and the portable signs on auto. Lights are on, beacons coming on, and let's go ahead and
flight attendants, armed doors, and cross check.
Armed doors and cross check. Beautiful. We'll call the tow. Push back on. Yep, confirm, call the tug, and as he pulls up, let's go ahead and call ground. The Charlotte ground, American 892, we're ready for push and start with information Zulu.
American 892, Charlotte ground, pushback approved, face south.
Pushback approved, facing south, American 892. I keep wanting to say Cactus. Alright, pushback's approved, we're going to go ahead and release the park and brake. And we're gonna have them. Let me just make sure first that what happened. Oh, there we go. All right, we're good. And we're gonna start this pushback here out of Charlotte. We'll go decently fast here. Beacons on. Fuel pumps need to come on. All other white lights are extinguished. And we'll go ahead up here and go to the ignition. We'll leave our imaginary US Airways behind here. Over to start. And let's go ahead and get that number 1 fired up. There we go, folks. And let me just keep watching this to make sure. Yeah, I need to, oh, other way. I need to swing it around before I hit that 320, 321 I mean. There we go, perfect. Almost. Yeah, maybe not as perfect as I would have liked. Alright, we'll start to slow it down here. Maybe what I can do is pull forward a little bit. Once that is no longer highlighted, then we can go ahead and, here we go, I'll bring it forward a little bit. How about that? And once that says available, we'll fire up number 1. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I really need to get GSX. Pushback's coming off. And there we go, that's number 1 fired up. Let's go ahead and fire up number 2 here. There we go, and M2 starting to rise. And yeah, there we go, pushback's off, parking brake set. Oh shit, no, it's not set. Alright, now it is. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that pushback tug there. Here we are, folks. On our way to Myrtle. Again, flight I've been on in real life. Fun fact, I was really sick when I was on this flight. Which is not a good idea, by the way. Don't fly while you're sick. And, yeah. Lot of sleep-in pills that I took right before that flight. Not that I wasn't the pilot, for the record. I was not the pilot of the flight. I was a passenger. This was before I even had my instructor certificate, so I was just in the back, just completely wiped out, and I was totally okay with that. Looks like we were just about to have 2 good engines, though. We'll put auto brakes to max, and once this chills out, I'll bring. Yeah, there we go. That's good. There we go. Cool. Flaps to 1 for this departure. We'll just step through these, make sure bleeds. Oh, I need to turn my ignition off. That'll help. Now the bleeds look good. APU bleed can come off. We'll kill the APU. And we'll go to the pressurization. That looks good. The electrics look good. They're on the gen powers. Hydraulics 3000 all look good. Fuel looks to be, yep, 9000. That's perfect. The APU is going to die shortly. AC, doors are closed and lashed. Wheels look good. Flight control is going to be a left. Neutral right. Neutral full back. Full forward. Left rudder and a right rudder. We'll do a full box, make sure we're good there. Looks like we are. Let's go ahead and call up, let them know we're ready to get out of here. Probably going to need to copy the taxi instructions on a piece of paper because this is going to be probably a lot. We'll put the taxi light turn-offs on. Give them a shout. Charlotte ground, American 892. We're ready to taxi for departure.
American 892, runway 36 right, taxi via Mike Golf. Hold short, runway 5.
36 right, taxi via Mike Golf, hold short, runway 5, Cactus, or correction, American 892. Alright, cool. Now if I just get my...
Negative, taxi via Mike Golf.
Taxi via Mike Golf, American 892. Alright, cool. Mike to Golf. Alright, basically back the way we came. So I'll take the parking brake off, let her start to roll here. Alright, perfect. We're going to be taking off on runway 36 right today. That'll give us, what are we looking at here? That'll give me 8,600 feet. Anything goes wrong on the runway, or actually we'll do that later. Initial out heading of 003, then a right turn to 025. After we pass 1260, then expect radar vectors back to Humpy. If anything goes wrong on the runway before 100 knots, we stop on the runway. Once we hit 100, we're committed. We'll only be stopping for an engine failure, fire, or lost directional control. 136 is our committed speed. We'll go ahead and rotate at 136. Climb out at or above 136. Runway heading, deal with the issue in the air. Any questions? Nope. Awesome. Literally, V1, VR, and V2 are all 136 for some reason. Alright, that looks good to me. We'll go through our checklist here, which is just right here. Speed brakes to armed. Cabin to is going to be checked. believe this is Mike here, isn't it? I believe so. Let me just keep looking. Yep, this is Mike right here. And we'll test the takeoff config in a second when I'm not actively turning. Oh, come on. If you move the camera and tap the brakes, it like holds the brakes down. So we'll give it just a little bit of power to get out of here. And then let's get out of here. I think this is my first time on this channel actually loading up a new airplane entirely. And then taking that on a flight. No, not reverse. There we go, flex, that's what I want. So, you know what, that worked out a little bit better than I honestly thought it would. Give it a little bit of rudder here while I do that. Make sure I'm not. Okay, yeah, everything's good. Cool. And we said
American 892 cross runway 5 at Golf. Continue taxi via Mike Golf Charlie, Charlie 1 Delta 1.
Oh, come on, you can't give me those instructions like that while I don't have a notepad up. We're gonna come to a complete stop at Golf. There we go, right here, and then we're gonna tell him, say again. Park and brake on, get my notepad up. You see, in real life, obviously, it's easy because you have one person doing all this stuff and another person taxiing.
American 892, cross runway 5 at Golf. Continue taxi via Mike Golf Charlie, Charlie 1 Delta 1.
Crossing runway 5 at Golf. Continue taxi via Mike Golf Charlie, Charlie 1 Delta, Delta 1, American 892. And then if I look at the diagram here, you had fun watching. All right, no problem, Brandon. You take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Golf, Charlie, Charlie 1. Okay, that's all we're going to do is we're just going to take Charlie all the way to the end. All right, that's going to be the game plan. Yeah, no problem. Glad you enjoyed, and I will see you hopefully next stream. Take care, man. All right, left is clear and the right is clear. And we are cleared to cross runway 5. That doesn't even exist in real life. Might want to consider turning anti-ice on too as we climb out of here as well. Because look at these clouds.
2243, Gate Bravo 15.
No, look who it is. It's another American.
Alpha
Company
4.
traffic.
Hold short runway 5.
Got company traffic up here.
Gate Bravo 158 Romeo Alpha.
Oh, I am not
Hold
at
short
idle,
runway
fun
5,
fact.
American 2243.
Yep, we'll just take Golf and Charlie.
American
Hello.
1897.
Yep, alright, now all the Americans are here.
And engine start.
Finally getting some traffic here.
American
1 o'clock, so I guess that's a block time for them.
Charlotte ground. Push back and engine start.
Yeah, I turned the traffic volume down a little bit because what happened last time I flew
Approved. Face south. American 1897.
was, oh, come on, slow down a little bit. Was last time I flew, I had like a 30-minute delay getting out of Boston just because ATC was too busy talking to other traffic. Alright, tower 18.1 and my departure was what, 24.0 I believe? Yep, 24.0, my squawk code's in. So that'll work out for me, perfect. And there's an American landing right there. A nice splot there, sir. Nice firm landing. I just updated my traffic injector. And it looks like the models look a little bit better now, honestly. So hopefully that's the case. Alright, when we're ready to go, anti-ice is coming on for this departure. Yeah, no, I couldn't talk to ATC. He was so busy.
Cross runway 5 at Alpha 4. Continue taxi via Alpha 4 Bravo.
It was horrible, dude. It was. I have a video of it. It was. I was sitting around. ATC was just telling people, "Oh, continue taxi. Oh no, stop your taxi. Okay, continue taxi. No, stop. No, stop. Continue." It was the worst.
Executive 522, ramp A4, request pushback and engine start.
Yeah, it was awful.
Piedmont 5742, ramp Echo.
All right, yeah. Now the traffic's coming. Hopefully we just beat it. Keyword hopefully.
Ramp Echo for Via Romeo. Hold short runway 5.
Good crosswind still, so we'll keep the ailerons into the wind. And we'll go all the way down to here, end of 36 right.
522, Charlotte ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Ah yes, exec jet getting the pushback. This is a net chat, it's a private jet. For those who don't get it. A lot of traffic coming in, oh my god.
American 892, contact Charlotte Tower, 118.1, see you.
Over Tower 118.1, American 892, see ya. Alright, once we're stopped here, we'll watch him land, then we'll put our frequencies in, let them know we're ready to go. We're probably going to get told to hold short.
Cross runway 5 at Romeo. Continue taxi via
where's your gear, sir? No? Okay. We don't have to worry about that. Alright, 18.1 and 24.0 on departure
All
here.
aircraft be advised information. Alpha now current. Altimeter 3010.
Alright, the 3010 on the altimeter now. They just updated that. I swear, every time it's been like right as I'm departing here. At Charlotte Tower, American 892, runway 36 right, ready for departure. I almost forgot what runway I was.
American 892, hold short of 36 right.
Yeah, I knew it. Hold short, 36 right, American 892. Alright, we'll creep up a little bit closer and then we'll put the brake on. Yeah, probably for traffic, is my guess.
American 893, wind tree 15.
893!
Runway 36 right, cleared to land.
No kidding, did you hear that?
Cleared to land. American 893.
That's American 893. And we're American 892. Wow, that's hilarious, actually. Oh, I should make sure that my overhead lights are on here. There we go, that's better. Cool. Hello, American...
Tower, Piedmont 5730.
Where is he?
Visual
I
runway
swear,
36 right.
was he not just here? Oh, there he is.
Piedmont 5730.
Watch him land.
Tower.
Hey, he actually has his gear down. Look at that.
Roger, Piedmont 5730.
Everyone's taking 36 right. God, we might be here a minute. Hello, 893. Let's see him land. Bit of a slam as well. I think all these guys slam. How long are we going to be here for?
American 892, runway 36 right, line up and wait.
36 right, line up and wait, American 892. Alright, let's get out of here, guys. We've got our line up and wait clearance, so
American
strobes,
893, exit left at Romeo.
wings.
Exit left at Romeo. American
Come on, let's go.
893.
There we go. Keep it moving, we got traffic behind us. Flap set trim is set, one up, well now it is. We're ready for takeoff, we're just not cleared yet. Once we're cleared, landing lights will come on.
American 892, Charlotte Tower. Wind tree 15 at 12 fly heading 180, runway tree 6 right. Cleared for takeoff. Traffic 6 mile final. Keep it rolling.
Turn heading 180, runway 36 right, clear for takeoff, American 892. Alright, we'll keep it rolling here in a second. Lights coming on. He's 6 miles, so it's not going to kill us right now. We'll go ahead and start to bring power up to 50%. Let her stabilize. Release some brakes. And up to flex. SRS, man flex 67. Airspeed's alive. Engines are stabilized. We'll keep that right aileron in, or left aileron in, sorry. Need a good amount of rudder here. There's 100. And 136, so we'll rotate. We're past V2 now. And positive rate of climb gear up, please. And I'll plan for that right turn out to 180 here in a second once we're past 1260. Not that I really need to do that, but alright, this looks good. And we're beyond 400. We're going to start that right-hand turn out. So I'm going to go autopilot on, and I'm going to flip you around to 180, and that'll work out for me.
American 892, contact Charlotte departure. Have a good day.
Over departure, American 892. Have a good one. Alright, there's 180, and everything looks to be good. We're going to flip to departure. Charlotte departure, American 892, passing 2,500, climbing 5,000, 180 heading. Bring it down to climb mode, please. Good.
American 892, Charlotte departure. Radar contact, cleared direct, maintain Y, resume Queen 5, climb and maintain 10,000 feet.
Climb maintain 10,000, direct Humpy, and resume the Queen 5 for American 892. Alright, we'll go ahead now direct to Humpy. Insert direct to. There we go. Flaps first. That one notch of flaps needs to come out. Alright, we'll go ahead and turn turnoffs off. And lights, everything else is fine for now. And auto brakes, we can go ahead and disarm the spoilers. And we're cleaning up this airplane. Great. Up to 10,000 now. And we should probably turn that anti-ice on now. Wing and engine anti-ice are both coming on. Before we pass through this layer here that just rolled in. Yeah, it said the ceilings were going to be like 25,000 scattered, but clearly that's not the case. But so far, a good departure out of Charlotte. I could probably turn this brightness down on the PFD a little bit. That might help me out a little bit. And we're in the soup. Perfect. Oh, look, a bit of a mistexture there. That's okay. It's an old livery. I don't expect everything to be perfect on it. And is he going to have me level at 10 or nah?
American 892, contact Atlanta Center 133.15.
Order 133.15, American 892, see it. 0.15 in. Atlanta Center, American 892, passing 8,000, climbing to 10,000.
American 892, Atlanta Center, climb maintain flight level 190.
I'll maintain flight level 190, American 892. Alright. Good, we're going to be up to 190 next. It's funny, when I was on this flight in real life, yeah, the conditions were very cloudy, but I guess we're just popping in and out of it now. Alright, 10,000 feet, landing lights are coming off. We're going to keep the anti-ice on for now. Wing light can come off. Seatbelt sign is going to stay on for obvious reasons. Plane's speeding up. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead now and turn the sim down. And yeah, we'll keep it like here. I'll get the music going here in a second. And there we go. Cool. We're en route, everybody. Passing through another CB here. It's funny, it's a cumulonimbus. Isn't it like 30 degrees out? This must be a really unstable atmosphere. If it's 30 degrees and we're getting CBs, cumulonimbus clouds. Weird. Very weird. Now let's set the showcase cam up a little bit here. Cool. We're en route. Next stop will be I guess Myrtle Beach, where we can knock South Carolina off the list. So we got North Carolina already knocked off. We're about to knock South Carolina off the list. This is going to be pretty good.
November 4181 Tango, contact Greensboro approach 22905.
Contact Greensboro approach. November 4181 Tango. See you.
God, this looks so cool. Love this. Alright, everything's looking good here. Once we pass 18, we'll standard the altimeter, set the altimeter to standard. We'll start looking at the approach. We don't really need to just yet. We don't really need to just yet, but I'd like to have that ready to go because of how quick this flight is. It's weird. This flight's going to feel like nothing compared to that last one.
Center 128.8 Blue Streak 5554. Have a good day.
Oh, no, don't press whatever that is. No, get rid of basic controls. I meant to go show you guys the outside. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, there we go. Oh, we're back. American Airlines. Yep, I was on an A320, obviously not a Neo, but a regular A320 on this route. Very crappy conditions, and I was feeling like crap anyways. I was one of the only times I slept on an airplane. The AnyBuild's A320neo looks better to you? You know, honestly, I did some research, and it sounded like they were pretty similar. This airplane just had a pretty big update. I've been using it for a while. Yeah, maybe next time we take an A320 on this challenge, we'll try the AnyBuilds one. It's the default one, right? So it's probably better liveries for it, too. Yeah, I don't know, Chief. It's I've had good luck with it in terms of getting it to work.
Turn left, heading 145 vectors for Myrtle Beach.
Left turn heading 145 vectors for Myrtle Beach. American 892. Okay, cool. 145 on the heading, I guess. I mean, that does take us to Myrtle Beach, so I'll give him that. And we stare the altimeters out. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's just the default one, right? So, yeah, maybe I'll give that a shot next time. I think my initial reaction was, oh, default can't be that good, so I should get this. But every time I've done research, they're like, yeah, they're pretty similar actually in quality. And I mean, this isn't bad in my opinion. I don't know if I should keep the anti-ice on. I'm going to keep it on for now for a precaution. Nav barrow discrepant. Oh, come on. I keep forgetting this doesn't go between the two. Alright, we're getting a vector from Myrtle Beach now. And how far out is... Oh, we're not that far. Once we're 80 out, we'll set this up, okay? We'll get the ILS ready to go. And just make sure I'm not getting yelled at. Nope, it's just... Yeah, so I was flying the other day. Oh, you guys are going to like this. Here, let me pull this up. I have to be careful opening my Google Photos, but I'm going to. Yeah, I have student files right here. I need to I need to be careful. I'm flying out of the airport I fly out of, which is right next to Albany, where we originally departed from today. And I look down and I see this. Check this out, guys. Oh, auto capture. There we go. It's a lake just north of Albany. And somebody plowed, it's frozen now because it's how cold it is. Someone plowed out a runway for planes to land on. And I've seen videos of planes going, I'm friends with one of the air traffic controllers here, and they're like, yeah, we keep getting people doing patterns around Boston Lake just north of our airspace. And, yeah, no, people are just landing on this now. And I mean, to be fair, if you can drive a car on this, a plane's going to be lighter usually. So, yeah, fair game, right, guys? That's just insane to me. I mean, I know there's ice runways up here. We've got Alton Bay.
Contact Jacksonville, Center 124.7. Have a good one.
Over Jacksonville on 124.7, American 892. See ya. I don't know why I'm scrolling this way, but here we go.
Atlanta Center, November 725 Alpha Charlie.
Jacksonville Center, American 892 with you, flight level 190.
American 892, Jacksonville Center.
Jackson Center, cool.
American 892, turn right, heading 205.
Right turn, heading 205, American 892. Alright, not sure how that's going to get me on course, but I'll bite. Maybe it's for this traffic here. Watch, we're going to get vectored out into freaking oblivion. If it's been like 20 minutes and we haven't gotten a course, we're just going to go ahead and resume what we filed for and ignore ATC instructions, because, yeah. I mean, this is a pretty easy route. Okay, we're turning the anti-ice off, because, I mean, if you screw up, yeah, you'd have to really, yeah, I don't get why. All right, if after 10 minutes they don't change our course, we're gonna just ignore their instructions and proceed direct to Myrtle Beach, okay? Yeah, they said 205. Okay. Yeah, well, there's your ice runway. Yeah, I don't want this flight to take too long, so. All right, let me go back into MSFS here. And we'll see now. I'll go showcase. There you go. Here's your review. Oh, I forgot to include the en route standby screen. There you go. There's your radar. There's what we're looking like. I guess we're running out of things to talk about. I mean, we've had a very eventful week at my airport. Mostly things that I can't really talk about too much. Because of, like, mistakes people made and shit like that. Including myself. I made one mistake that I got a little bit yelled at for, but nothing got damaged. Nobody's in trouble. I just got a little yelled at for it. We did have a couple mistakes that did result in people getting damaged. Not my fault. So, genuinely, on all of these. But, yeah, this has been an eventful week at my airport. I think we had 3 wingtip strikes. Yeah. On, like, taxiing and towing issues. Nobody, like, wing struck trying to land at a crosswind or something like that. Not like that at all. Alright, cool. Well, hopefully we're going to be there in just a little bit. Alright, let me just keep monitoring this. Come on, you gotta get me back to Myrtle Beach here in a second, right? I'm gonna flip my shit if we don't, honestly. Because this is gonna vector me all the way down south. Like if I look at Sim Toolkit Pro. Unless he's gonna like put me down south of Columbia, maybe? I don't know. What's his game plan here? I wish I could preview what his game plan is. That's what I want, is to be able to preview that. Like, what's he gonna do here? Maybe he, I don't know. That's my only thought, is maybe if we're taking 3-6.
American 892, turn left, heading 125.
Left turn, heading 125, American 892. Okay, good. Crisis averted. 125 on the heading. And now we're back to Charlotte. Not Charlotte, Myrtle. Myrtle. And look, the snow's dissipating. Let's go. We had to go all the way to South Carolina to get no snow. Wow. Well, hey, look at the bright side, guys. We've knocked Charlotte off the list, so we never have to go there again. Never gonna have to touch that. Let's go. It's kind of nice when it gets quiet, you know? Get to sit back, relax, and just look at the airplane. We're already 80 out, so yeah, I guess I'll start my my briefing here. Okay, arrival charts. The field diagram, if I'm going to take 3-6, we'll plan for a right exit on hopefully Alpha 4 if I can. 9,500 feet, which is plenty of runway here. The instrument approach for the ILS to 3-6 is going to be 111.9, 357, 9,500 feet of runway. Notes look good. We'll be climbing to 3,000 for the missed approach. 23.925 for the ATIS. Let's see if we can't grab this now. 123.925. There you go. Swap.
Mission clear. Temperature -01. Dew point -08. Altimeter tree 006.
3006.
Departing runway tree 6.
Taking
Feedback.
36.
All hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Yankee.
I want to hear where the ceilings are, because I might request the ILS.
Airport information, Yankee. 1805 Zulu, wind tree 10. At 1 tree, gust 2 tree. Visibility
Gusting 23 out of 310.
Sky condition clear.
Clear skies.
-01. Dew point -08. Altimeter tree 006. Landing and departing runway tree 6. Read back.
Okay, 3006 on the altimeter. It's gusting to 23, so it's going to be a bit windy, probably because of the storm that just went through. On the aft side of that, usually after a storm goes through, that sort of leeward side tends to suck in a lot of air, especially when it's low pressure and there's high pressure proceeding. That just tends to create a lot of winds. So, oh, you have to go. Sorry, I didn't see it. Yep. You'll be back after dinner. If you are back, that would be great. I'm gonna end the stream after we land at Myrtle. So if not, don't worry. I'll probably catch you next week. So take care and enjoy your dinner, man. All right. Well, we are. Let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and yeah, it's gonna be gusting to 23. And clear skies reported, so we can hopefully take the visual as well here. Yeah, it's funny. I'm all in favor of visual approaches now, because I know how many flights I have to do, and visual approaches are so much easier. I should probably put my destination in. Okay, I can't really pronounce that name very well, but hello and welcome aboard, sir. I need to go ahead and put my destination data in. We're almost arriving in Myrtle. You're staying? Oh, well, welcome. Yeah, I mean, we're going to wrap things up after Myrtle anyways, but, yeah, no, we're pretty far. Welcome. I just need to go ahead and punch some destination data in. Don't activate the approach yet. That would be pretty stupid. Come on. You're gonna go next phase. That's it. I can stay for a long time. Can I join? Well, I'm not. I mean, you're welcome to sit around for the stream, but like I said, actually, you know what? If we land and are on the ground in Myrtle by 2 o'clock, we can do another flight. Now, however, I'm doing this offline, so it's not like you could fly with me. I could probably fit another flight in if you really want. It's gonna be, although I'd have to get the next aircraft that I was planning on using for the next video installed, and that's gonna take a few minutes. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm flying offline though, so you wouldn't really be able to physically join. So you know, if you wanna stick around though, you're by all means welcome to. Let's land at Myrtle and see what we want to do. Okay. All right. Let's see. 111.9er QNH. We said 3006. Oh, he's landing in Charleston. 3006 here. 3006. Temperature was... I already forgot what the temperature was reporting. KMYR. And it's going to be temperature -1. So still chilly. Way too chilly for Myrtle Beach. -1. And the winds were out of a 310 gusting to 23. 23. Just altitude 18,000 feet. And the minimums for the ILS are going to be... Let's take a quick look here. 225 on the Barrow. So we'll go ahead and put that in. 225 on the Barrow.
92, contact Jacksonville, center 133.4.
Over to center 133.4, American 892. Alright, 33.4. And Jacksonville Center, American 892, flight level 190.
American 892, Jacksonville Center, roger.
Alright, right now I have my PC, I'm downloading United Airlines livery mod. We fly the A320. Over to 127.975, American 892. I think that's what he said. Hold on, I'll respond to you in a second.
Negative, Jacksonville Center on 127.905.
127.905, American 892. Oh, 1 second here, I just need to handle this. Hey, center, American 892, flight level 190.
American 892, Jacksonville Center, roger.
It's not a multiplayer mod that I'm using right now. I'm using
American 892, Myrtle Beach landing
it's AI.
36.
Roger, landing runway 36, American 892. It's AI. It's an AI air traffic control and traffic system. You could get flightsim if you're more experienced, which is actually other people, or you could just join, put traffic on. In fact, actually, in theory, we could just start a multiplayer session, have you join, and you could kind of follow along if you want. That might work, although I don't know if that's going to work with the AI stuff, but that might work. So you're gonna fly. So you can fly the A320. I'm flying from Denver to LA. Okay, that's a good route.
American 892, descend, maintain 4,000 feet, altimeter 3006.
Descend, maintain 4,000 feet, American 892. I was thinking of if I do continue on going to Cleveland after this. Okay, we'll have to go open descent mode. The AI screen.
Contact Jacksonville Center 3345 CU.
Over to 3345 American 892. So yep. Yeah, it's not 100% accurate. I mean, it's actually
Jacksonville Center on 3345.
Yeah, that's what I said. Jacksonville Center American 892 descended through 18,700 for 4,000. Yeah, no, it's not 100% accurate. It's just the GPS altimeter, if you will. Yeah, I know. There's a discrepancy there. There always will be. We're actually at what the PFD says. It's kind of like simulating like a GPS altitude, because if you look up real life transponder data, it's not 100% accurate. It could be a few hundred feet off sometimes. All right, 3006 on the altimeter. Set and cross-checked.
Have a good day.
So, yeah, no, it's not going to be 100% accurate. There's going to be a slight discrepancy there. And let me just get the sea level pressure real quick for the standby. 179. Okay, cool. So we'll do a 180. How about that? Or 118, I mean. Yeah, they're always going to be a discrepancy there. All right, approach speed will be 130 and then 125 for VLS. And next will be hopefully Myrtle Beach approach, I think, but we'll see. For the approach briefing, it's going to be... Am I sharing my whole screen here? No, I am not. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. For the approach briefing, it's going to be... Here, let me just so you guys can see. We're going to be taking the ILS to runway 36, 111.9er, 357 on the approach course, 9,500 feet of runway. 1600, or...
Contact Myrtle Beach, approach 127.4.
Over to Myrtle Beach approach, 127.4, American 892, 127.4.
Envoy 3458, Jacksonville Center. Good day.
And Myrtle Beach approach, American 892, with you passing 14,000, descending to 4,000. Oh, looks perfectly clear. This will work out for us.
Altimeter 3006. Expect the visual approach runway 36.
Perfect. Expect the visual approach runway 36, American 892. How do you get the multiplayer mod when you fly again so I can fly with you? Oh, so what I'd have to do is just reset my sim, which I was going to do anyways, to download the next livery here. And here, let me close out of this because I made a very interesting joke there. Okay, let me close out of a few things actually, so I can brief this approach here. Localizer will be a 360, ILS minimum is 225, 1600 for Porky, 580. What I can do is I can reset the sim session and allow it so that other people can join. And then, if we do that, yeah, if I reset the session and make it so other people can join, you might have to friend me on Windows, on the Microsoft game platform there. And yeah, that'll work out. Let me go ahead and just check something real quick. Are we passing 10,000? Almost. So, landing lights coming on. I should make sure the approach as well is also set up in here. Let's see, Chaka 16, decel, Porky 16. How do I get it on my PC? It's if you have Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, it'll you already have it. You just have to hit join session or something like that. It's in the game by default. Passing 10,000 and lights on. All right, cool. Everything looks good, and we should be decelling in a second. In fact, I'm going to start the decel myself just so that this doesn't do anything too stupid here. I'll bring it to like a 240 on the speed. How about that? Yeah, you should be able just to do that on your own there with this installed. All right, I need to, let's see. So we've already briefed the approach. I'm going to go make it so that you can only see MSFS, and I'm going to get rid of the en route standby window and turn the sim volume up a little bit since we're oh, that's beyond ATC. Don't want to turn him up too much. Bring you up to 60% here. Yeah, if you have to, I can show you once we're on the ground here how you'd get in, how you can get into multiplayer. And let's see, tower is going to be on, Myrtle Tower is on 2845. You just gotta land first. 2845 on standby, ground will be on 120.3, sorry, and there we go, speed brakes going to armed, auto brakes to medium. Everything looks okay. We'll turn this to takeoff. Perfect, perfect. We'll get this descent going here. And Myrtle Beach should be off there somewhere. And that'll be South Carolina knocked off the list. And since I have a second, let me try to look up that Spirit livery I was going to use. FlyByWire A320neo liveries. Hopefully I can grab a Spirit livery for this so that I can actually do the next trip. Might be possible. Hold on. Okay, I've got a few. We'll start with this one and hope that this works. It's from, oh, imagine, oh, it says I already tried the Silver Checkers one, so that didn't work. Alright, we're going to try this, the Banana Bus one, okay? And hopefully that'll download. In fact, let me hit start download right now. Oh, there's too many ads on this freaking site. And hopefully this is going to work. If not, I'm a little bit cooked if this doesn't work. Beautiful scenery out here. I would say this looks so warm, but it's actually 30 degrees right now. I think it's just below 30, actually. Yeah, Myrtle's out there somewhere. Cool. God, this looks so nice. And yet, it's actually so cold. There we go, we'll set this view up real quick. Approach is brief, we'll use that, I think it was like a 126 VREF there. The United Airlines mod finished downloading, so how can I get it in MSFS? Do you have access to your community folder on MSFS? It should just be drag and drop into your community folder. If you don't know where it is, I don't know off the top of my head, you'd have to just Google how to find the community folder. But there should be step-by-step instructions for it. Almost here. Getting ready to hit 4,000. Auto brakes are armed. Lights are on. Alright, let's make this landing count, guys. And hey, if we're on the ground by 2, we can go ahead and easily get this flight to Cleveland going here. I just need to be off by like 2:30-ish.
American 892, descend and maintain 2,900 feet.
So I maintain 2,900, American 892. Oh, I need to switch this to hundreds.
American 892, turn left, heading 060, intercept the 36 localizer. Vectors for the approach.
Left turn 060, intercept the 36 localizer, American 892. This is an example of that. It's a way too steep intercept to intercept the localizer at, but okay. Landing systems armed. It says we're a little bit high. Let's go ahead and drop this a little bit. Slow it down a little bit too, down to like maybe a 180. Since we're getting vectored for the approach now. And we'll put the first notch of flaps in as well. There we go, 180 set. We'll mute the music. Music, go away, please. Thank you. Appreciate it.
American 892, airport is at your 10 o'clock, 13 miles. Report the field in sight.
Yep, there it is. We have the field in sight, American 892.
American 892, clear visual approach runway 36.
Clear for the visual, runway 36, American 892. Alright, perfect. Clear for the visual here. I'm going to give myself a shallower intercept now, make it like a 040. Even that's still kind of steep. Next notch. You extracted in the community folder and relaunched. Okay, perfect, perfect.
4 Lima, Myrtle Beach approach. Good day, altimeter 3006. Expect the visual approach runway 36.
I'm still too high here. And let's just see, perf. We'll activate the approach phase of flight. If I kill this, this should start to slow me down to VRF, right? Yes, it will. Cool.
Turn right, heading 040.
Activate, confirm. Perfect. And that'll start to bleed my speed off. I'm going to go ahead and activate the localizer. There we go, perfect. That'll start turning me inbound. Next notch of flaps, please. Gears coming down. Got towers on standby. Turn-offs coming on. Alright, let's see if this landing is going to be a little prettier than my last one. No promises, guys. You're overspeeding. Not right now, I'm not. We're slowing down right now. And now there's full flaps. Cool. Alright, approach is on. And we're clear for the visual. Great. Alright, great. Now we are at a good approach speed, and now we just kind of have to sit here. Cool, cool. Good. And check speed brakes. Armed. Descend maintain 1,000. American 892. That's incorrect call there. No, we're not going to do an auto land. We could. It is Cat 3, but I'd rather just hand fly this landing. I need to practice with this anyways.
Myrtle Beach Tower 128.45. Take care.
Tower on a 128.45. American 892. Take care. All right, we'll contact tower and put ground on standby here. Ground is on the 20.3. Myrtle Beach Tower, American 892 with you on the visual for 36.
American 892, Myrtle Beach Tower, continue.
We'll continue, American 892.
2,500.
2,500, great. Alright, cool. We're going to continue the approach now. We got ground on standby. All the lights are on. Gears down, 3 green, flap set, auto brakes armed, speed brakes armed. Perfect. And we're going to make this landing. It'll be a right-hand turnout on the landing. And taxi into parking. Cool, good. Yeah, I mean, if we can get this flight turned around quickly, we could probably do a second leg out to Cleveland, which was my plan for the third leg of this trip. There you go. Almost at 2,000 now. I just need to do a cabin check, it says there. Cool. Come on, make the call. There you go. Perfect. That's 2,000 now. It's not showing up. If it's the fly-by-wire, are you using fly-by-wire or default? Fly-by-wire, I've noticed some liveries don't show up. Which is why I was saying hopefully that Spirit one I found is going to work. Because if not, that's going to be a little poopy. Alright, cool. Let's go and get rid of the auto throttle here. And I'd like to just start to take this in myself here. Remember, we want to maintain that 130 for the approach speed. Oh yeah, it's windy again. That's just great. You're for the default one. Oh, that's interesting then. I'll try to help you out a little bit once we're on the ground here. Give me a minute here. Alright. A little bit less power here. There we go. This looks okay. You know, on a windy day like today, you kind of just have to feel out where the speed's going to average itself. Because it's going to go up and down, you know that. Yeah, I'll try to help you out in a second here, man. Once we're at 1,000, I'll take the plane myself. Maybe I'm a little bit fast here. Yep, so right now it looks like it's going to drop, but then it's going to go back up. So that's what I meant by you just have to watch that. It's going to go back up. Yes, it is. Good. Maybe give it the tiniest bit more power. You have to be so finicky with it. Alright, let's see if this landing's any better than the last. There's 1,000. I'm going to go ahead and take the airplane myself now.
1,000.
Yeah, windy day out here, that's for sure. Oh yeah, we need a little more power than this. But I can also put the nose down slightly. Now I'll just fly the flight director and that'll help me out a lot. I think that's what I wasn't doing last time. Come on, too slow. More power than this. There we go. And once the speed comes up, the flight director goes down. Fly the director. Fly the director. Gears down, 3 green. Flaps are set. Missed approach is up to 3,000. We'll set that on standby. Alright, great. Rambo cleared land. Runway. What runway are we going to take here? 36. That's what you call it. That's what you want to hear your pilot saying on short final. Over the coast, too. This will be nice. Low here. There we go.
400.
It's 400. And we're landing.
American A320neo, go around. Fly runway heading. Maintain.
I'm going to ignore that instruction. I'm going to go around 892. I'm not going to go around. There's nobody on the runway.
American A320neo, contact Myrtle Beach, approach 120.4 speed.
Alright, we're landing. We're going to ignore that on the grounds of that is a stupid instruction. There's nobody on... Oh, there is somebody on the runway. He's bugged out of existence. That's nice. I'm going to work some power out.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Retard.
10.
Come on, hold us off a little bit. A little bit better here. And... yeah, still landed a little long here. Alright. Yeah, still a little long, a little bouncy, but not the worst. Alright. Purser's coming on. A little long and a little bouncy there. Alright, cool. And I'll tap the brakes to disarm.
Auto brake.
That. And cool. Now, that would be a possible pilot deviation in real life, but you know what?
American A92 Myrtle Beach Tower.
Yeah, I'm going to ignore him. That was pretty stupid there. We can take this next exit. The speed brakes off and the flaps up, and then we'll just go ahead and ignore ATC. Yep, your auto brakes were on, and we are good to go. Thank you for those landing callouts there. All right, come on, a little bit more. Beautiful. Flight director landing's coming off. I'm gonna go ahead and work the flaps up. We'll just park straight ahead. Why not? And we'll go ahead and work flaps up. APU master's coming on. The strobes, the landing lights. You back to taxi. Cool. Stay on the taxiway if I can. That'll be preferable. And we'll taxi in for a landing. Alright, how the hell am I figuring my life out around here? Let's just go to this gate. I think that'll be okay. And now let's go ahead and start that APU up. Oh, come on. Don't come to a complete stop now. Yeah, this sim does this sometimes. Alright, perfect. We're going to go ahead and bring it to a complete stop. And, yeah, you know, I think, here's the thing. I do kind of have to get lunch here in a little bit, so I am probably going to end up stopping the stream here. I'm sorry, man, because I have to get lunch. And I do have to coordinate with another flight in real life that I have to do. So, yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think I'm going to stop the stream here. But there's going to be a stream next week if you're going to be around. You're more than welcome. What the hell is up with these jet bridges here? I guess we'll just go to this very last one here, and the taxi lights are all... Okay, maybe the default scenery isn't so great here. Alright, flaps are up. We'll go ahead and get the taxi lights off. Well, hey, it's a little bit wonky, but we've made it to Myrtle. Yeah, because I have to... Now that I think about it, I have to get lunch. I have to coordinate another flight. If the flight does happen in real life, then I need to, you know, get food beforehand. So we're going to end this here. But hey, thank you so much for tagging along at the end here. I do really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll be live next weekend too if you want to stick around, stop by for that. All right, but if you need help, by the way, with getting that installed, let me know. We can stick around here for a few more minutes. I'm going to stop it right here, and I can get you that livery installed. All right, APU verified's on, APU bleed's on. We're going to go ahead and kill the engines. I subbed and liked, turn on notification. Hey, thank you so much, man. Is there any better name I can call you? Because I'm Jix Gibbon. Is it Jix Gibbon? Is that how I'm supposed to pronounce that? But yeah, I do appreciate it, man. You're more than welcome to stop on by anytime. I try to stream every weekend. Like, I mean, do you, you said you had problem getting the livery installed. If you need, if you have any questions on that, let me know. So it just doesn't show up? Is that the issue? And we'll turn the seatbelt sign on. No smoke signs off. And we'll turn the beacons off. Just a thought, because you mentioned you were having a hard time getting it installed. But if not, we can go ahead and wrap things up here. So that is... Google picked it. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Alright, cool. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And let's see. Yeah, Charlotte to Myrtle complete. 892 is on the ground. Do you think they'll let me call the jet bridge here? Let's see. Services, jet bridge. Yes, they will. Awesome. Cool. You have it installed. Okay, that's awesome. Good to hear. So, yeah, I'm going to have to wrap things up. We can close up the airplane first, though, man. Appreciate you subscribing and liking. And, yeah, we try to live stream every weekend. So stick around for that. And, again, thank you so much. I actually really appreciate that, man. All right. Lights are off, APU's off, and or the APU's on. We can go ahead and turn that off in a minute, though, and get things shut down here. IRS should be off. I don't really have a proper shutdown checklist for this thing. Oh, the probes need to come off so we don't burn the people who touch the plane next. It doesn't show up, though. Doesn't show up. That's a weird one. I'll step outside for a minute. I'll complete that that flight there. Yeah, 109 feet per minute. That was decent. It was just a little bit long, though. All right, stepping outside here in South Carolina. And let's see, it doesn't show up. And it took the livery file, you extracted it, and you clicked on the airplane, and you clicked on liveries. And, yeah, I mean, let me just... Yeah, I'm just trying to think, because I've had that issue with the FlyByWire, but if it's the default one you're talking about, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. It could just be an outdated livery. Sometimes you need to get the latest liveries and see if they work. But yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure on that one. Yeah. So you have it installed, but it doesn't show. It shows up in the library, though. It shows up in the library. So, like, you have it in the community folder, but it's not... But if you click on liveries, it doesn't show... It doesn't... Nothing appears. Yeah. I mean, my only thought is... No, well, I can't really show you my... Well, I kind of can show you my folders, because the issue is... I had a student who... I have a couple of students who I'm working with, and right now their folders are pinned on my computer file browser, so I can't really just screen share that. But if I'm clicking on... Here, I'll just bring it to mute over here. If I can share my whole screen for a second, MSFS... Your community folder looks like this. It has everything in it. And if you click on, like this is the livery I just used, the folder has sim objects and all of these files in it. Airplanes, model texture, and a CFG file. If all of that is there and it's still not showing up, I can't really help too much there. But on the liveries, it doesn't show up. But in your library, it shows up. Huh. That might be a Google question. Yeah, okay, so all of that's there. That might be a Google question. Hold on a second. Yeah, liveries. Default. MSFS, default, A320. Livery not appearing in menu. We're trying to... this is for the Phoenix, but... My MSFS 2020 liveries are streamed, but they aren't showing in the liveries tabs. And they included the A320neo, etc. in 2020. And this livery is for 2020, it's not, 2024, not for 2020. I'm having the same issue putting 2020 liveries, and so this seems to be for both 2020 and 2024. There's showing up as separate airplanes in the livery selector for the main airplane. But they do seem to work. So maybe check that, see if maybe it's just appearing as a separate airplane. Because I have had that with my ATR. Hold on. I'm going to end the flight here. I don't really want to do that because I kind of want to. But I've had times, if you go to your aircraft selection menu, does it appear as a separate airplane? Yes, that's it. It just appears as a separate airplane. And then if you load it, does it still work? Because if that's it, then awesome, problem solved. Yeah, no, hopefully that is. Yeah, try loading it in and see if it works. No, oh, that's not it. Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, mine is either. I've got several liveries that worked, looked perfect in 2024, came out, and then they got blocked. And then this topic was closed because nobody replied to it. Liveries are broken. Yeah, dude, it might just be some liveries being broken. They often disappear due to updates, because I've had that with the FlyByWire. So my best advice would be to try to download some more liveries and see if they show up, if you do the same thing. Because, like, right now, if I go into my, if I end the flight and go into the menu, I've tried to install probably 10 different liveries on this airplane. And maybe a third of them work for the fly-by-wire, and that's because it's an older model. I think most of the liveries were meant for 2020. But the A320neo, the default one, should be more recently installed. So I don't know. I'm sorry. I wish I had better advice for you there. I don't know. All right. Well, I say we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap this stream up and get going in a minute. Good luck with your sim there. I hope it works out for you, and yeah, take care, man. I hope you have a good one. I'm gonna wrap things up. For everybody who watched, thank you so much for watching, and hope you all just have a great rest of your day. See you all next weekend for the rest of these flights here that we're doing. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good one, everybody, and I'll see you all very, very soon. I guess I gotta get the outro music going on first, right, guys? There we go. And oh, fuck, I'm gonna screw up this name here. Jix Jibbin, thank you so much for tagging along and subscribing. I really appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Have a good one, and enjoy the rest of your days. See ya! Oh, I'm sharing my whole screen. I thought I was just sharing MSFS. Oh, well. Let's go to that first. All right. Now I'll see you guys. Take care, everybody.